Hey, folks, can you guys all hear me right now? Just checking. Vicky, I see you. Can you hear me? Hey, I have the in-studio camera on right here, so just so you guys know that we're streaming live.
Okay. But generally we click on this, which is the link, but it's giving me this, that it failed to connect to the server, and this is the computer down here, so I'm assuming that this hasn't restarted or hasn't finished restarting yet, and I have no way of looking at that. And no.
Yay, Vicky, good. So we had to reboot the computer that Brad and Hannah, who are standing right over there, we had to reboot the camera or the computer. It was saying it at what?
204.
204 was when we would have had to.
Yeah, it would have just restarted on its own.
Yeah, so the computer would, if we didn't reboot it now, it told us like a minute before the top of the hour, oh, you need to restart the computer. So we're like, okay, fine, we'll do it right now so that we don't have to worry about doing it in the middle of the show. And then it's doing the like, I don't want to restart thing. So we have an engineer here looking at it. So I thought maybe I would just say hi to you and you can hear the behind the scenes stuff while I will show you in a minute Hannah, who's panicking over here because let's see.
All right.
This is a show. I don't have okay.
Headphones.
All right. You guys are just gonna get to hear me talking. Stand by.
Is your stinger ready?
Yes. And we'll add all this stuff in as it ends up happening here. So you get a little behind the scenes stuff today. Kind of a weird way to start the show. Happy Friday.
What the hell am I gonna do now? First Chris Cuomo, then Jeffrey Toobin, and now Stelter. I'm running out of material. If CNN fires Don Lemon, I might actually have to work for a living.
That's okay, that's so long.
So Gutfeld last night, as I told you, if you are not a Gutfeld watcher, the day that Brian Stelter ends up getting canned from CNN, that's the day that you're going to want to tune in and hear for the first time, the Gutfeld show. And definitely they went through and they did their due diligence on the firing of Brian Stelter. Now, there is a bit of revel that people on our side of the aisle potentially are having to see Brian Stelter have to hit the road. And the supercuts that I'm hearing and watching of things that he's done and he said, it's just like, oh, it's hard to stomach. It's hard to go through this and listen to the road that got us to where we are right now, where we're like, bye-bye, Brian Stelter, we're good here. But I think that it's important to dig a little bit deeper into it, not to just, dance on the grave of Stelter's CNN career, but to ask yourself exactly what is going on at CNN and what will this mean for the future? If CNN is to get rid of Cuomo and Toobin and Brian Stelter, potentially more coming up soon, it's pretty safe to say that there has to be a mentality about the direction
that CNN is going to be heading in that is different than what it has been doing before. And if that's the case, then what happens next for the country? It will make a big, big difference. Joe Concha commented on this on Fox News earlier.
We could see this firing coming from 10 miles away, guys. I mean, Brian Stelter it sealed his own fate when he, somehow thinking he was untouchable, attacked a very important person at Discovery with what one could only call hubris and sanctimony. And remember, Discovery is the company who took over CNN. Here's Stelter, quote, earlier this year, okay? The people who say the Zucker-era CNN was lacking in real journalism clearly were not watching CNN directly. And yes, I'm including John Malone in this, unquote. Okay, so who's John Malone? Yep. He's Discovery's largest shareholder and one of the most powerful people in Stelter's incoming orbit. And this media correspondent basically calls him a misinformed idiot in public while making the laughable claim that the Zucker era featured real journalism and not the hyper-partisan, patronizing, and quite frankly, cheesy performance art that we witnessed from some CNN talent.
So performance art's a really, really good way to put that, Joe Concha. I appreciate that sentiment. I am very curious to see what happens next with CNN. There are some people who don't work at Fox News anymore who, if CNN wanted to have a new voice, a dramatic new voice, and to present themselves as a moderate, or let's just put it this way, a news-centered organization that included voices from both sides, I think Megyn Kelly has to be one of their first go-to asks to come on and host a primetime show. And I think that it would be good for the country. It would be good for the people who watch CNN, all of them. It would be good for them to be exposed to somebody who actually challenges the status quo. I'm a Megyn Kelly fan. I know there are a lot of people who are Trump people who aren't a Megyn Kelly fan. If you've heard anything from Megyn Kelly's, she has a satellite radio show and she also does a podcast. She's a hard hitter and she's comes out. It's not really in defense of Trump. It's in attack mode against the people who are attacking Trump, which in my opinion is the way that it should be. I don't really need to know Megyn Kelly's affinity level, like how many stars do you have in the loyalty to Donald Trump? I want the people who have the cameras and the microphones to attack injustices and expose truth and to be unafraid in doing so. If a Megyn Kelly were to be put on a primetime show on CNN, and maybe Don Lemon, he's CNN, right? Yeah, he's CNN. I'm looking at Hannah. She's like, I have no idea. I get them all mixed up. Because it's hard to tell. It's hard to separate the difference between MSNBC and CNN. MSNBC is not going to change their lean at all. They're not going anywhere. And they can stay there. They can be on the far left. Fox News is decisively conservative leaning. I think they do a very good job of presenting the news. But of course, they have a lot of people commenting there. It's a destination for people who are conservative minded. So Fox News and MSNBC are potentially two sides of the same coin, except for the fact that I don't know anybody on MSNBC who I could tune into who really represents how I feel about things. And there's a constant, it's like they don't allow another opinion to exist and they attack and call names to people who they don't agree with. That happens on Fox News to Democrats and to liberals. There is attacking. There certainly are shows that are 100% conservative minded in the host presentation, but they still do bring on people who you disagree with, probably people you can't stand seeing when they're on a panel or something like that, and they present other viewpoints. CNN deciding to not split the baby, so to speak, with MSNBC on who can out-left one another poses a very interesting future for coverage of media, news stories, and any type of information that needs to be exposed to the American people. So I think that this is potentially an incredibly good thing. I'm looking forward to seeing what happens next. So stick around for that. And 12:25, I'm gonna pose a question. We're gonna take some phone calls on the show. But before we do that, we've got Ryan and Brad and Hannah in the studio right now. Happy Friday. And we're gonna talk about the YouTube poll question. We don't usually do this as a group in this part of the show, but I wanted to give everybody an opportunity to weigh in on this poll while people are going to the Anti-Frey YouTube channel to actually vote. And so here's what it is. Which show member would be the most fun to take a road trip with? Annie, Brad, Wiggins, or Hannah?
Me.
Brad's like, so I asked everybody before we put this out, I goes, everybody okay with us doing this? Because people are going to be weighing in on who they prefer. So I want to make sure everyone's cool with it. Everybody was cool with it, right?
Yep.
Before it gets nasty here in the next few hours.
Of course we were cool with it.
Brad's response?
Who wouldn't have a problem with winning this poll?
I know who would have a problem maybe with losing it.
Yeah.
Brad goes, I'm absolutely okay with it. And I'm also okay with winning it. And I was like, all right, here we go.
Yeah.
Hadn't even gotten affirmation from the other two.
Let's just be clear here. This is a popularity contest.
The poll is which show member would be the most fun to take a
Most
road
fun.
trip
Mm-hmm.
with.
Yeah, I don't like my chances as much when it's fun.
So
Brad's not fun. He's acknowledging now, I am not a fun person
You
to be
shot
around.
yourself in the foot.
Yeah, what are you
That's-
doing?
that's a funny way of putting
people would still rather take a road trip with me
it. Then
than Ryan.
Yeah, that's where I figured
there's
this
some
was going.
confidence in that statement. So I thought at the beginning of the show, because we're going to have results to reveal as we do every day. Hannah, you watch the people commenting on the YouTube live chat and you set aside comments throughout the show. So if you want to participate in the show, this is one of, if not the best way to do it. If you've listened to the show for a long time, you probably have a lot of opinions on this. If you're new to the show, you might learn something about us. Maybe the worst parts of us over the next 3 hours. So I
As
thought
you would on a road trip.
that's also true. Very good. See, she's contributing already. So I thought it would be good and fair for me to give each of you like 30 seconds or a minute, not to necessarily lobby for people's votes, but to explain if I'm going to road trip with Annie Frey, what does that look like? So I'll go first. You guys can think about, I'll open the stage for you guys. So if you're road tripping with me, you are probably listening to 90s music, lots of DJing going on. I'm not opposed at all to sharing the DJing responsibilities. I don't like to drive. So I can drive. I can drive at night. I'm the night driver. I'm usually the one who's driving if we're going to Florida or the South, I'm the one who does the mountains that usually we hit for whatever reason at 2 a.m. And I get through the mountains.
They're the best.
Turn the air conditioner all the way up so it's super cold in there so that I stay awake. I mean, I'm usually uncomfortable, but it's a way to make me stay awake.
Mm-hmm.
Turn the music up, 90s or 2000s, pop, rock, especially blues, and fun snacks. But you can't make noises when you eat in the car. And there's also, like, you can't have gum. If you have gum, you have to hide it.
Or ice. You can't chew ice.
No chewing ice.
You're still
But
bitter about that.
But we will stop for snacks. So like Twizzlers, Nibs, those are yummy treats. I can't hear those. And it's, if the music is up, I'm not listening for it. But if you're like eating like Cheetos and you've got Cheeto dust flying out of your mouth, I'm going to have to say something. But outside of that, just be a respectable person about the way you eat. And we'll have snacks and drinks and loud music and turn the air conditioner up. Windows down is fine if it's appropriate. That's kind of, I don't know if there are any other questions I'm missing to answer. So Ryan, you can go next. What's a road trip with Ryan Wiggins like?
Okay, here's the deal. On our road trip, and I'm assuming this is going to be a multi-day road trip. I'm assuming that we're not just driving to Chicago or something. We're going to be hanging
Why would
out.
you go to Chicago?
I'm just somewhere within 5 hours.
So watch the Cardinals play the Cubs.
There you go. So if you get in a car with me and we're spending a couple days, you're going to get some deep conversation. We're going to be talking a lot.
Deep
Yeah,
conversation.
we are going to listen to a little bit of music, but
Yeah.
it's mostly going to be me introducing you to bands you don't know. So I don't know if that's a selling point or not.
And bands he doesn't care if you like.
That's right. But here's what we're going to do. We're going to talk a lot, and you're going to get a healthy mixture of on Ryan, who's going to be entertaining you, and off Ryan, who's going to discuss deep biblical concepts with you constantly and not shut up about the Nephilim and end times. That's what we're going to do.
My gosh, Ryan.
I don't know. It's possible you lose.
Yeah.
So if you love hanging out, listening to some music you're not familiar with, and me telling you why it's great, and then also deep diving into biblical
I
concepts.
love how Ryan's example of what a road trip with Ryan is like is you are going to love all of the things that I love.
Mhm. Yeah. Well, I don't know you. So whoever you are, I have to set the table, and then we kind of adjust once I figure out who you are. But this is, I guess, mostly about me at this point.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
that's my case.
All
That's
right.
my case.
Hannah?
All right, if you road trip with me, we're going to be listening to some sort of country music.
Yeah.
And not just the new stuff, because the new stuff isn't as good as the old stuff. So most likely the old stuff.
90s country.
You're going to get to know me. I wouldn't say I'm different off air, but a lot more chatty.
And I will say that 3 out of 4 of us have road trip together.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Sorry, Ryan.
Oh, was that to the Trump event?
rally? Yeah. And we had 8 people. We had eight
People in that
grown
van.
people in my 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You and my brother didn't have anybody next to
No.
each other.
I
Yeah.
did snuggle with your mother.
You did. My mom ended up sitting in the. I sat in the middle on the way there. My mom sat in the middle of Hannah and me on the way back.
Why?
Because
Why
it was
did she do
because
that?
it was pouring rain and we got into the car as fast as we can. And I was like, Mom, we'll switch. I can sit in the middle. She's like, no, it's fine. I kind of like looked at Hannah like, are you okay with this? She's like, yeah, I'm fine. And then a week later, she's like, I miss your parents.
It was only an
That was
hour
fun.
and a half drive, and you fell asleep on Annie's mom.
It was like 2 hours.
Yeah,
Okay,
I was also pretty distraught, but
Yes.
Anyway.
She had an altercation with the Secret Service.
that's right.
back to road tripping with me. So we can chat, we can listen to 90s country. Also, I am okay with both AC and windows at the same time, which
Same.
is controversial.
Or even better, heat and the windows down at the same time.
Yeah.
In a chilled, like autumn day, you turn the heat up and the windows down.
I agree. That's fantastic.
That's like peak level fall stuff
Yep.
for me.
I will offer to drive, but we might have to switch if you don't like my driving.
What a way to put it.
I can chat. Also, I fall asleep in the car. So if you don't like our conversation, don't worry, because I
Just
might fall
Be
asleep.
quiet for a little bit and she'll just conk out. Brad?
All right, so the road trip for me is basically my only concern about a road trip is I don't care about what you want to listen to on the radio. If you want to listen to the radio, you get to be the DJ. That's the passenger side. I will take care of directions. We'll make sure that we get where we're going and we get there in a timely manner.
Wow.
I love how our road trips are just like what we do on a Tuesday here.
Yeah. Yep.
It's no different.
I like to drive. I will have my toolkit with me in
Do
case.
you like to ride?
It doesn't bother me,
Really?
but I mean, I'm so happy to drive. It's great. It doesn't bother me. I'll drive the whole trip.
Mm-hmm.
And it does, like I don't have to roll the windows down. I don't get sleepy whenever it gets late. Driving keeps me awake. So I would be your chauffeur. I'm happy to have as much conversation with you as you'd like or as little as you'd like. I like a quick trip, but I'm also not opposed to stopping for bathroom breaks. So I'm not the kind of guy that would be like, okay, let's go. Everybody out, everybody in. We can't stop for another 20 miles because we got to get this and this and this and
Yeah.
this done.
No pee breaks.
Yeah. I'm not that guy. Like I said,
totally believe that.
I've got my toolkit with me. I've fixed cars on the side of the road on a road trip
Brad's
before.
pitch is basically,
I
I'll
have
help you
AAA,
get
guys.
to your
I have
destination.
AAA. So
I know.
I'm gonna help
I'll
you get
to
there.
your
It is a
destination.
fantastic idea. It is a well.
You wanted to go on a road trip, didn't you? Well, I'm going to help you get to wherever you're going.
He's an Uber driver.
Anything
without the
that
pay.
happens between here and there doesn't really matter.
I consider myself more of a chauffeur.
Oh
You know,
man,
if you want to roll that glass up and not talk to me, that's cool. I'm happy to.
we don't even have to like each other.
Yeah.
Or get to
Yeah,
know one another.
I don't care about you, but I'm getting you there.
But I promise your road trip with me will be the most pleasant experience that you have because it will be catered to you and not about me and what I like to do.
wow.
He's not lying.
I'm not lying.
This is not actually for show. Neither is Ryan. So
No.
they're both pretty honest.
Yeah, this is the truth.
I will add to after listening to what you guys said, and we can continue to lobby as we go through it. And if you want to vote, Annie Frey YouTube channel, it's in the live chat. You can vote, and if you have multiple Google accounts, you can log in. Make sure you subscribe on all of them. But if you feel like you want to change your vote, you just have to go on to once you voted, you voted. So that's how that has to work. So the one thing that I will add is I do like deep conversation. I would probably entertain the religious conversation that you have, but I think that one would end up in a fight. So I don't know that would be good. The one between you and me.
No, that's okay. That is where that conversation should end.
Yeah. Okay.
Between you and I.
Yeah.
We should do that.
Yeah, we agree probably on 98% of things, but there's a hard departure.
That stuff would be the fun stuff. Yeah,
for
that's the
you.
idea.
But I like my husband and I will have our the kind of conversation since you don't have a time limit on it. They just
go. Yeah.
Those are great. And I also like audiobooks. So audiobooks is something that my husband and I will listen to. And you're like, oh, well, we can listen to the whole book. And then you have to pause it and talk about it. Like if something comes up and it spurs an idea, so then you get through a few chapters
Gotta
or
be
whatever.
the right book, though.
So last question, round real quick here. Give us 2 or 3 destinations that if you were road tripping, just for context for people who are voting, where are some places that you might go? Brad?
So definitely Florida. Florida's been on my mind. I said Florida this morning for some reason. I don't
Just
even
like
know
randomly.
why. Yeah,
he was going to the bathroom.
Florida.
He's like, I'm going to Florida.
So Florida is one. I think that I would like to go to the Rocky Mountains and see what that's like.
Brad,
And
you can't put on here vote for Brad
You
because it's your
didn't say
road
that.
trip. But you're putting comments up lobbying for yourself in the middle of it. Oh man.
we call it campaigning.
Yes, it is.
I want to see the Rocky Mountains. I've never seen the Rocky Mountains, and I heard that as you're driving toward them, you can see them from miles and miles and miles before you even get there. And then like one of the other places that I'd like to drive to, and this is going to sound really weird, is Alaska. And I know that's like a week and a half long road trip. So
Yeah.
Mhm.
Ryan?
There is a St. Bernard farm just north of the border in Washington. So you do have to cross into Canada. That's going to be a problem for
Ryan
me.
wants to go bust out of the United States across the northern border.
Yeah. So somehow it could sneak
Bernard
across the
farm.
northern border. There's a really cool St. Bernard camp, and I think it's an island where the St. Bernards just run around, and you can just run with them and roll in the pastures. That's where we would go. That would be the first choice.
Wow.
Second would
It's
probably
even
be
more
Destin.
compelling to vote for you. Tourist 101.
Yeah.
All right, Hannah?
If you road trip with me, we're going everywhere in Florida except Disney.
Everywhere in
Sorry,
Florida.
Annie.
Oh man, you are lobbying too. That was a political decision on Hannah's part. I see what you did there. My 3 places that I would like to road trip, or that I do like to road trip: Smoky Mountains, and like just going into the mountains and going into nature there. I would love to go to Montana and drive that drive, go northwest,
Speed a little.
even a little, probably.
I don't know if Montana even has a speed limit.
Well,
That's why I said that.
Yeah, even further northwest than that, if you wanted to. And I would love to do the Route 66 into
that'd be cool.
California. So those are my 3. Go to the Annie Frey YouTube, live chat, and vote. Like I said, if you want to change your vote at any time and you need to vote again, you got to do it on a different YouTube or a different Google account, and you just have to create one if you don't have one. And subscribe to the Annie Frey YouTube channel while you're there, and make sure you leave us a comment, and we will read them all, which is probably just going to turn into one big roast at the end of the show of one another. I think I know who's going to win this poll, and I think I know who's going to win this poll before I even typed it into YouTube, but we will wait and see. We're going to have more Annie Frey Show right around the corner. Lots to talk about today. At 1:25, we are playing X's and O's with Princess Storm of Hot 104.1, who is hosting a diaper drive right now. We're going to tell you all about that and how you can support it and how you can help us support it. And D to the C. Those are the 2 contestants at 1:25 for X's and O's. At 2 o'clock, Rob Kramer back in the studio for the hour for the Digital Get Down, along with Trisha and Annie. Are you okay? So fun Friday show. We'll get to all the news stories that you care about as well. Let's just take a deep breath and exhale, folks, and have a good Friday afternoon. We'll be right back.
This is the Annie Frey Show. Missionaries in a foreign field. For some reason I can't explain. Once you've gone, it was never alone. This world, that was when I ruled the world. Here's 97.1 insider Jesse Jane Duff.
To suggest like he nefariously smuggled the stuff out of the White House, it is up to the discretion of the president to declassify any document.
97.1 FM Talk.
Lakeside Renovation and Design, your home, St. Louis's home for home renovation, inside and outside. I want you to think about the process of where you start when you're just not loving a space that you have in your home, or know that you need to expand the finished space in your house into your basement, and you want it to have, you got that dream. I don't know if this is everybody, but I've always had the dream basement in mind, the entertaining space where you get to have friends and family over and just be with the people who you love. You want to make sure that when you go down that avenue of, it's time, we're going to make this renovation happen. We've dreamed of it. Let's make it a reality. from there going forward, the investment it's going to take, working with people who are going to be coming into your home and there's going to be some disruption, that can become a stressful event. This is where Lakeside Renovation and Design comes in strong. They have review after review after review of your neighbors around the St. Louis area who love the way they handle their business. They clean up, they show up on time every day. Like, these are the important basic things that when they're not in place really add to the stress of some sort of big disruptive home renovation. But the key here is the finished product. It is one that you are going to want to show everybody. You're going to invite people over. You're going to brag about Lakeside Renovation and Design, and you're going to call them for your next project. 636-978-5000, lakesidrenovationanddesign.com.
Hey guys, Glover here for my friends at ThrottleNet. These are the genius IT guys that I've been representing for years and years now. We are number one all the time. Best in customer service from Small Business Monthly. Best in cybersecurity, again, Small Business Monthly. We have an average response time. I love this statistic. The average response time in St. Louis in 2020 by IT companies. You have a problem, you reach out to them, hey, I'm all shut down, help me, was 3 hours. If you got back within 3 hours, you were cool. Ours was 1 minute, 57 seconds, and the guys were very unhappy with that. It takes less than 2 minutes for us to address your problems. Here's a huge thing. We are now offering $500,000 in ransom protection to everyone who uses us. This is part of the deal. You don't pay extra for it. So if you happen to be hit and you have to pay, we're going to pay it up to $500,000. Now, this shows you how confident we are because no one under our protection has ever had to pay. Go to throttlenet.com/DGS.
The Wall Street Journal reported that home equity is at record levels. And while home values continue to soar, rising interest rates make it harder than ever to unlock equity. But what if you could cash out your home's equity right now while it's still sky high and not have to move? You can with Truehold.com. Truehold will buy your home for full cash value. Best of all, you get to bank all the cash now and continue living in your home. And Truehold covers all property taxes, insurance, repairs, and maintenance too. Let's review. Truehold pays your home's full value in cash fast. Use your cash to do everything you've dreamed of, like travel or pay off debt. Call 855-300-9993 or visit Truehold.com for the smarter, faster way to cash out your home's full value without having to move. 1-855-300-9993. 1-855-300-9993 or go to Truehold.com.
It's time for a $98 AC tune-up. For details and a list of all station contest rules, visit www.971talk.com/rules. The Annie Frey Show is streaming online. Watch us live on YouTube and subscribe.
Welcome back to the Annie Frey Show. Hard to interrupt Ace of Base there. Speaking of wonderful 90s music that we could be writing together. Listening to on our road trip, Ryan stepped out. He's going to be back in about 10 minutes to do Wiggins America. A quick reminder about today's YouTube live chat poll. Which show member would be the most fun to take a road trip with? Annie, myself, Brad, Wiggins, or Hannah. And since Ryan had to go do some other work, we thought maybe we would just lobby against him right now while he's not even here to defend himself.
We do need a whole segment for this. There's a lot.
Yeah,
we
this
could
is gonna be
say.
a short one too.
But yeah, and if you want to go to Canada with Ryan, I mean, what he does right now
and talk about apocalyptic things.
Right. It sounds quirky and fun. That's only good for like the first hour and a half.
For like
and
a
then
trip
you're
to McDonald's.
Yeah. And then you're like, all right. And now take this from me, who's somebody who works with him. I'm in the studio with him for hours. It's a lot like a road trip being in the studio.
Sure. Yes.
And
Every
so
day.
there's only so much Wiggins. It's like, okay, now I get to go home. Hooray.
Maybe to the lake.
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
You could go to the lake.
But we're not going to the lake. We're going to Canada to roll around on the ground with St. Bernards.
Right. Nobody does that. Ryan is seriously one of the nicest people ever.
Mm-hmm.
But he, like, a comment that I get all of the time when I'm out meeting you folks is love the show. Favorite thing to listen to in St. Louis. And I know you tell all the shows that, but really tell me, is Ryan Wiggins really like that? And I'm like, there is zero act happening.
Yeah,
There's no pre-planning. This is we all love each other and we all care about each other deeply and personally. We do care about each other, but there is no act.
No, he is really like that.
it's kind of like a brother, right? You got a brother. He's your brother.
He
you
feels
fight,
a little
you
bit
get
more
along.
like the neighborhood boy that you might refer to as Dennis the Menace.
Okay, yeah, fair.
Do you know what I'm saying? Do you know who Dennis the Menace is?
Yes.
Okay, sorry.
Hey,
Love that movie.
Mr. Wilson.
That's what my life feels like. It's like a constant, hey, Mr. Wilson. Before we get to Wiggins America in the next segment when he can come back in, and we'll see if he was listening to the show right now. Does the Brian Stelter firing Brad mean anything to you?
Yeah, I think that he was bad at his job and he deserved it, but it's not going to make me watch CNN. But I did hear you mention earlier that you think that Megyn Kelly should be somebody that they should go to. I think that's a great choice.
Just the thought. This
Yeah.
is not like I have no intel or people on the ground.
If what they're saying is true, that they're wanting to be a more reliable news source and they want to be less wonkish.
That's an interesting way of putting it.
Yeah.
A more reliable source.
Yeah. Hey, you know.
We should get rid of Stelter.
You know, that's ironic too,
Mhm.
because I when I see a product in the store that has Dura in the name, like Dura brand,
Mhm.
I automatically think that's not durable.
Yeah.
So if you have to tell me in the name of your show that you're reliable,
little too on the nose.
yeah, it's like, okay, your show should speak for itself in that sense. But
Yeah.
I think Megyn Kelly would be a great person for that, because a lot of the flack she caught from the left was because she played it down the middle as best she could.
From the right?
From the right
Yeah.
and from the left. I mean, she caught flack from both
I don't
sides.
feel like she's in anybody's camp but her own.
No.
Yeah. Well, listen to let's just do a little throwback here to one of my favorite. Every time I see this come across my social media timeline, I have to watch the whole thing. Brian Stelter had on the founder of the Weather Channel. And I guess the idea here was to talk about global warming, and it didn't go well.
First, let me bring in John Coleman. He's in San Diego this morning. Thank you for being here.
It's nice to be on CNN. Hello to all your viewers. I resent you calling me a denier. That is a word meant to put me down. I'm a skeptic about climate change, and I want to make it darn clear Mr. Kenny's not a scientist. I am. He's the CEO of the Weather Channel now. I was the founder of the Weather Channel, not the co-founder.
And I'm glad you did, because I am addicted to the Weather Channel. I watch a lot
I'm
of cable
talking
news.
now. Hold on just a minute. I'm not done. And CNN has taken a very strong position on global warming that it is a consensus. Well, there is no consensus in science. Science isn't a vote. Science is about facts.
Do you hear Stelter's getting his butt cheeks tarred? And he's like, I am addicted to the Weather Channel. And he's like, no, we're not done here.
He's such a wuss.
It's not. You're going to, CNN as a whole, Brian Stelter especially, has had a platform where they could come out and espouse a lot of things that were just assumed.
Mm-hmm.
There's just a reality that existed with the Brian Stelters of the world that assumes the absolute worst about people, and then they say it, and then they have somebody come on who has been disparaged by their line of thinking, and he's like, but I'm addicted to the Weather Channel. Nobody is addicted to the Weather Channel. You might like the Weather Channel from time to time.
Addicted is a strong word.
To the Weather Channel?
Brian Stelter is not like, I got to get home and see what happens next. This series never ends. There's always something new. That's not happening. Listen, there's
And
more.
if you get down to the hard, cold facts, there's no question about it. Climate change is not happening. There is no significant man-made global warming now. There hasn't been any in the past, and there's no reason to expect any in the future. There's a whole lot of baloney, and yes, it has become a big political point of the Democratic Party and part of their platform, and I regret it's become political instead of scientific, but the science is on my side.
I don't think we're going to come to a conclusion about the topic right here. What I do wonder,
I know
though, is
we're
when
not,
you
because
see
you wouldn't
the...
allow it to happen on CNN. But I'm happy
Well,
that I got on the
we've
air
been
and got a
talking here for
chance to
several
talk
minutes.
to your viewers. Hello, everybody.
What?
There is no global warming.
This
I
sounds
like the
to
way
me,
you said baloney.
this sounds to me like if you listen to that, like I said, I've listened to that exchange many times in my life. That's how I imagine Brian Stelter losing his arguments at home.
Yeah,
I am
you're probably right.
addicted to your lasagna, and just I love you, but no, wait, and another thing. I mean, it's he never even gets a point across, and the Weather Channel retired founder, got every point across that he wanted to.
Oh man, that was amazing.
Hello, everybody. CNN viewers, there aren't that many. What does CNN have to lose, though, by pulling in a Megyn Kelly or another anchor? I mean, I don't know. Like, you could probably, I don't know. I don't put Chris Wallace and Megyn Kelly in the same camp. I think Chris Wallace is a very angry man.
Yeah.
I feel like he comes from a bygone era, the way that you covered the news. And those people had so much more power because they had so much more access to information than people have today. Like you and me, we put together this show every day. We have an infinite amount of information available to us at our fingertips. It used to be you had to, if you were a journalist, you had to foster connections with people. You had to get sources from people. You had to put together the information you're hearing from your different sources, and you had to present a story and try to dig deep, in some cases in ways that could potentially be dangerous to expose a certain person or certain company. But you were able to do that because you had access. Pre-internet, that was priceless. Now everybody has something. By the time you see a news anchor talking about it on TV, there are multiple things that you can consume on the internet that will give you the same information. So you have to have the personality that people want to attach themselves to, because there's the marketplace is so flooded with places for people like you and me to go. And Chris Wallace comes from a place where they were supposed to be the beacon of information and news, and the place where the destination for news coverage. And everyone's like, nah. there is no, I don't have any. I would go to Brett Baer for news.
Mm-hmm.
If there's breaking news, I would go to him for news. I think that the mornings on like the mid mornings on Fox, Dana Perino, Bill Hemmer do a really good job. I think Martha McCallum does a really good job. There are a couple people on CNN that I might cross-reference things with as far as news go, but you just know the eventual direction it's going to go. If CNN were to put together some of these people who have moved away from the huge success that Fox News is, I think there's a massive potential for something new.
There is a lane in the middle. Fox News gets as much viewership as they do, not just because they give quote unquote red meat to their base, but they also have, like you mentioned, Brett Baer and people like that who speak more to the middle. But there is a huge lane there for people who are like already got a bad view of Fox News, but are looking at CNN and MSNBC and be like, I don't agree with these guys either. They're looking just for a reliable news source. Again, here I go again with the reliable sources, but they need that. And so
I'm not really mad at you.
Go play that lane.
Ryan stepped out for this segment, and we all told you what we really think about Ryan while he was gone. But Amanda says, I've been on road trips with Hannah. I voted Wiggins.
That's my sister.
Amanda who?
Yeah.
This is crap. Go to break. We got to fix this somehow.
Yeah, dump button.
Call the people in Georgia. We'll be right back.
Follow Annie on Twitter at Annie Frey Show. The Mark Reardon Show.
Dr. Marty McCary, there's a large swath of the country who just won't pay attention to this anymore.
We need people to be aware about fentanyl and so many other things. CDC needs to just shut up. They've lost so much credibility.
Weekdays from 3 to 6 on 97.1 FM Talk.
This is Wiggins. Genesis of St. Charles is where you should go if you're looking for a luxury vehicle. You will steer clear there of paying outrageous prices on luxury vehicles. And you know what's going on in the market right now? Most dealerships, they're treating the MSRP like it doesn't even exist. And that is, honestly, that is one way you can do business. If you decide that the market dictates that I can get way above, I can get 15 grand above MSRP right now for a luxury vehicle. Some dealerships are doing that. Genesis of St. Charles is not doing that. They're doing business the same way they have always. They're not worried about the market. They said, we're going to charge MSRP for a luxury vehicle like Genesis because that's the way we've always done it, and that's the right way to do it. So you'll never pay above MSRP there, no matter what. Sometimes you'll even pay below, depending on the model. If you're not familiar with Genesis, it's the luxury brand within the Hyundai family. It's young luxury, and because it's within the Hyundai family, you will enjoy perks like 3-year complimentary maintenance. Here's how you find them. You go to genesisofstcharles.com. That's where you can start and check out the Genesis brand in general, especially Genesis of St. Charles. They are located in the St. Charles Hyundai showroom, part of the St. Charles Automotive Campus, just a quarter mile east of Mid-Rivers Mall on Veterans Memorial Parkway. Online again at genesisofstcharles.com.
I'm Thomas Helbig with the Retirement Advisory Group. I'm proud to say we are a family business. Through innovative financial tools, my nephew Bob and I are committed to making sure your retirement nest egg is kept safe from market declines. As a matter of fact, we have never lost a dime of our clients' money, and we won't lose any of yours either.
Hi, I'm Bob Kershaw, and the secret is in linking safely to the market without putting your principal at risk. As we look ahead at the likelihood of increasing volatility in the market, it's important that you protect your nest egg from market losses, as that's the engine that drives your retirement income.
Our family would like to help your family retire comfortably and keep your retirement safe and secure. Call us now for a no-cost, no-obligation retirement review. And just for coming in, you'll get a copy of my second edition book, Your Key to a Worry-Free Retirement. We've been helping retirees and pre-retirees retire with confidence for 36 years. Call us now, 314-993-9494. Or online at retirementkey.com. That's retirementkey.com.
Tune into the Del Walmsley Radio Show. Del, self-made millionaire and founder of Lifestyles Unlimited, will show you how to live the life of your dreams and pay for it with passive income.
Listen to the Del Walmsley Radio Show this Saturday afternoon from 1 to 2 p.m. on 97.1 FM Talk.
It's amazing how much screen time you could fit into a day. Hey, Cam Jansen here, known for my fights on the ice, and now I'm helping fight cancer by encouraging others to actually increase their screen time. Cancer screening time, that is. Cancer is one of the greatest health threats Missourians face. But a screening can catch cancer early when it may be easier to treat. So go get screened even if you're feeling fine. Plus, it only takes a few minutes to schedule one. Get started at getscreenedmo.org.
You're listening to the Annie Frey Show live from the Air Comfort Service Heating and Cooling Studio. Air Comfort Service is hiring licensed journeymen. Don't have a journeyman license? Air Comfort Service will help you get it. Get guaranteed hours year-round and more. Apply online at aircomfortservice.com.
Information to keep you moving. Dependable traffic mornings and afternoons with Sue Thomas. Driven by Ambassador Midwest Floor Company, the best way to deal with in-home traffic. Experience more at Ambassador Midwest Floor.
If you're blue and you don't know where to go to, why don't you go where fashion sits? Putting on a red.
This is the Annie Frey Show.
Perfect tights, you wear a day coat, pants with stripes, and cause a waistcoat perfect fits. Putting on.
We got to get to this comment right now before we get into Wiggins America. Today's YouTube live chat poll is garnering quite a lot of interesting responses. And I don't really like the way these results are heading right now. I'm not going to lobby for myself, but come on, guys. You're kidding me. Go to the Annie Frey YouTube live chat and vote in this poll. Which show member would be the most fun to take a road trip with? Annie, Brad, Wiggins, or Hannah? John on YouTube said, I voted for Wiggins. First, this isn't a popularity contest. I have to maintain a gender bias simply because I have a jealous wife. And I'm not down with ending a road trip with my death. Whoa!
Yeah. And I promised that if I went on any road trip, I would call the spouses and make sure that everybody knew that it was fine.
Ryan,
whereas you guys did not make that
Ryan will be a total gentleman.
Mm-hmm.
You know what?
With anybody. Doesn't matter who you are.
The fact that he said that Ryan is the least threatening to his marriage, that's a compliment to me.
Do you see how Brad did that? Do you see what Brad just did there?
No, I've got to put that out there because so many people are thinking it. That's why I had to say it.
Wiggins! Oh, Wiggins!
So many people.
By the way, your last segment was full of lies.
No one.
Yeah.
I didn't even get to say what I wanted to say.
It was full of lies, partially because you said that nobody binges the Weather Channel, but you guys, I guess, don't know Bob Wiggins.
Oh.
Sorry, Bob.
Bob Wiggins and Brian Stelter. What else do they have in common?
Legend Bob Wiggins?
The softball legend Bob Wiggins is a Weather Channel fanatic.
Is he an addict?
a
Is he
junkie?
addicted to it?
I would say yes.
Okay.
I would say yes.
My apologies to Mr. Wiggins.
Although he acknowledges that the channel has taken on a bias in the last 10 years. All right. So have you guys heard of this
Only
guy?
a true addict would know.
It's true. It's true. Hey, if you are an addict, if you watch it at all, you know. Have you guys heard of this late night show? I haven't heard of this one yet. The Greg Gutfeld show.
I've heard of it.
It's really outside the mainstream.
Talk about it all the time.
I got this article.
Played some sound from it today.
Oh, okay. So you're familiar with it. This is from Forbes. It says more people are watching Greg Gutfeld's, whoever that is, late night show on Fox than anything on CNN or MSNBC. And here's what gets really interesting about this. Now, these are the cable news ratings for July. Now, this makes it clear what people are watching, which is that things like The Daily Show that would have in the past been compared to things like Gutfeld's show are not even registering. And what their claim is in this, where are you what you having a good time? Good.
The chat is really funny.
I don't even know
I
what that
can't look at it.
You have
I
to-
can't look at it.
You
right
have
now.
to stay focused.
I
This is
do.
your segment. This is where I get to screw
We
your
love
segment up.
Greg
Okay.
I get
Gutfeld.
one segment a day. You get the rest.
Forbes here is comparing now Gutfeld to, at least in the ratings and probably in tone too, taking that lane that Jon Stewart used to have.
Mhm.
They're saying this is
Yeah.
now the show.
That's interesting. I've never really thought of it that way.
I hadn't either, and I thought, gosh, that's actually probably true. And they give lots of data here to back that up. The latest ratings data is completely unambiguous. Gutfeld, according to July and before, so this is July and before, is now the second most watched late night show in all of broadcast and cable. So it's
Man.
not just comparing it to CNN and MSNBC or The Daily Show and Comedy Central. It's comparing it to all the shows. And for July, it averaged 2 million viewers.
That's awesome.
That put the
If
Fox
you-
show. Go ahead.
If you watch Gutfeld at night, now you haven't much.
I used to watch it more on Saturdays, but I
you don't-
just don't
doesn't
see
have
it as
cable.
much. Yeah.
Well, he kind of does now.
Oh, yeah, that's right. You should.
Zip it up.
That might be the best on-air product we've ever had.
Oh man, it's all downhill from here.
Yeah, we got 2 hours.
It's you can tell that you can see the success beaming from these people when they're just
They know.
having
Yeah.
they're just having the best possible time up there.
Yeah.
Knowing that what they're doing, it's twofold. The content that they do every night on Gutfeld would make these other people seethe. Just and if it were unsuccessful, just that it existed, but they're kicking their asses.
They're
I mean,
playing
like
spoiler.
it's just like Gutfeld is like he's literally lifting out of his chair sometimes with glee over how much success they're having, and they're doing it because everybody else ran and crammed themselves into the left lane, and he's got the rest of the highway, and they're driving full speed ahead with
Mhm.
no roadblocks, with the windows down. And with me, because I'm the best person to take a road trip with.
Oh, yeah. Great. Good job there.
The Rover on YouTube says that he's leaning voting Wiggins. It's Friday and he's drinking a White Russian for lunch.
So you got to take the edge off a little bit before you make that
Show
vote.
me
is
what.
you're
Show the
saying.
people what you're drinking and tell us what that really is.
This right here?
Yeah, White Russian sounds pretty manly.
Oh, he
What is
thinks
it?
I'm drinking a White Russian. That's what he's saying.
Brian, what is the other?
I thought he
conclusion
was
to that
drinking
sentence?
he said, I'm drinking a White Russian.
No.
Like he's getting wasted and he's like, okay, now I
and
can take the
he's
road trip.
drinking a. Lord
Ah.
have mercy. What are you drinking?
I'm drinking a chai tea.
That is the opposite of White Russian.
There's no alcohol in it, but there can be.
Or testosterone.
Oh, hey, everybody's having a real good time. Everybody's
So White Russian is the alcoholic beverage.
Yes.
Okay.
yeah. You're not. I know you're not 20, so you've never had alcohol.
No, she is
You're
20.
I am
You
20.
are 20. You haven't
Surprise.
ever had alcohol yet, though, because you're not 21. All right. So the Gutfeld is beating the Tonight Show as of July. Tonight Show with Jimmy Fallon, Jimmy Kimmel Live. The only one that's beating it of anything is the Late Show with Stephen Colbert. Now, here's the deal. That article came out in early August. Here's an updated article from Forbes. Fox News' channel's Greg Gutfeld beats Stephen Colbert
Wow.
to claim title as ratings king of late night.
Man, and if you see some stuff that Stephen Colbert is doing, he is deliriously living in an alternate reality.
Oh, yeah.
They did that. What? Like, do you remember seeing the skit they did that was about getting vaccinated?
Dude.
And they had a dance, like a dance number on there with people dressed up like syringes. What the heck is that? Like,
Yeah.
who thinks that? Who puts it together and runs through it and goes, "It's a great idea. Let's make it.
Yeah.
Let's show the world.
Yeah.
They need to
Yeah,
see
that
this."
takes work too.
A lot of money.
That wasn't just, let's just do
You
this
pull
real
in
quick.
all those dancers are being paid.
Mm-hmm.
That takes money. He could have
And
just stood up
costumes.
there and told a dumb joke, and it would at least have been a financially responsible decision.
Right. Now listen to these numbers, because I just said Gutfeld was in second place at 2 million average. Now in August, he's averaging 2.35 million, outpacing the Late Show with Stephen Colbert's 2.1. And so he's beating all the rest of them too. Jimmy Fallon, Jimmy Kimmel, all of them. It's amazing to see this happen.
As much as the rest of the crowd is left leaning, I think there's another key component here is that America, especially post COVID, is really kind of sick and tired of the voyeuristic nature of those late night shows and hearing and seeing and talking to celebrities. I think COVID, like video killed the radio star, COVID killed the movie star, because everybody tried to be super relatable. Like one of the stupidest things I've ever seen is the singing of Imagine.
Oh my gosh.
And all these people in their like mansions being like, "It'll be fine. We'll get through this together." And you're like, you're in a mansion. You have servants.
The video of Arnold Schwarzenegger in his hot tub smoking a stogie, be like, just stay inside.
Yes. Yeah. Okay. At your house. How about we go to your house?
That stuff's not just COVID either, but I think you're right about COVID
it
killing
accelerated it.
That really stepped on the gas for what you're talking about. The sort of, these people aren't me anymore. I don't look up to them anymore. I'm not fascinated with them, because with inflation, it's been crazy. And you're dealing with problems that those people are just not dealing with.
Well, and they have a lot of opinions on who we should elect that are going to spend the money to help the people, the little people that they aren't. And it screws over the middle class. It does. Their policies hurt us. They don't hurt them. They can afford, I've said this a million times, voting Democratic is the lazy man's charity, because the Democratic sells you your emotions and capitalizes on them for power to make you feel like you're helping people. And it's funny, the only way to help people is to elect a Democrat, but you have to do it every election cycle.
Yeah. It didn't. We know it didn't work for the last 50 years in whatever city you live in.
This is the most important election,
but
Ryan
this
Wiggins.
this one will do it.
It's all riding on the line for sure. All right. And those are all reasons why you should vote for me in the YouTube live chat poll. Hey, Tyra said 2 weeks ago that the next mission, we're doing the Tyrus event at the end of this month, sold out in less than 2 days. He said the next goal is to get me on the Gutfeld show.
Woo-hoo!
And I'm like, okay.
Here for that.
You know what's going to be weird is the next day I come in, I'm like, oh, shoot, I missed that one.
Of course you will. Of course you will. That's why I got you. Well, we're not talking
Well,
about
we
that.
are talking about that.
All right. In the next hour, 1:25, we have Data to See and Princess Storm coming in for your Friday edition of everything that's in the news in our game show, X's and O's. You will not want to miss that. Stick around. We'll be right back.
This advertisement is paid for by Lacuna Ventures LLC. For terms and conditions, visit yourrights.legal. Attention. If you or someone you know spent time at Camp Lejeune, North Carolina prior to 1988 and developed serious health conditions such as non-Hodgkin's lymphoma, lung cancer, bladder, breast, or kidney cancer, you may be eligible for significant financial compensation. Call Camp Lejeune victims to discuss your case now at 800-813-9968. Leaking underground tanks contaminated the drinking water with benzene and other highly carcinogenic chemicals, up to 280 times acceptable levels. Marines, their families, contractors, or employees who spent at least 30 days at Marine Corps Base Camp Lejeune prior to 1988 and developed a serious health condition, called to determine your eligibility for financial compensation. If you don't win, you pay nothing. It's critical to take action and call now. 800-813-9968. That's 800-813-9968. Again, 800-813-9968.
To schedule your appointment with the Closet Factory and have them come in and transform portions of your home, your whole home, your master bedroom, closet. Maybe it's your basement. I talked yesterday about wanting to have the Closet Factory come in and take the room that we've turned into our office. It's built to be a formal dining room. We've turned it into an office, but we don't really sit in there as adults in our house and use that. But we've got 3 kids who are in school who need a space. I'm going to turn that over to Closet Factory and see what they can do for me to make that very, very workable real estate within my home. Another place that you can use Closet Factory is in your entertainment space. Beautiful. I'm talking
top of the line, gorgeous built-ins around your entertainment space, customized for everything that you want to put up there, your technology, maybe the grandkids' toys, so that they don't have to be all over the place all the time. They have a home that is concealed when the grandkids aren't there. Your art, whatever it is, Closet Factory can help customize a solution for you. Call them at 314-961-4300. Visit them online at closetfactory.com.
You've listened to 97.1 FM Talk. You've heard of Doug Voss of Voss Financial and Safe Money Radio, as he has been a staple as the financial expert on the station for many years. You can hear him on Safe Money Radio several times a week right here on 97.1 Talk FM. And you can talk to Doug Voss directly. Here's his number. Call Doug at 844-676-SAFE. That is 844-676-7233. Doug Voss is a registered representative. Securities offered through DH Hill Securities, LLLP, member FINRA and SIPC.
We're all on this planet together, so join Odyssey and find your one thing. While summer is a great time for recycling, some summer items should not be mixed in with your curbside recycling. Items like garden hoses, plastic planters, pool toys, squirt guns, and lawn chairs are generally not recyclable and are best donated to charity. If you have a question as to whether an item can be recycled, look for the recycling triangle and number, usually on the bottom of the product. Join Odyssey, and together each of us doing one thing makes a greener tomorrow. What's your one thing?
KFTK FM Florissant, driven by the Bommarito Automotive Group, 97.1 FM Talk. Always live on the free Odyssey app.
A momentous day. Lisa Brady, Fox News. Those words from Diane Foley after the sentencing of an ISIS terrorist convicted of killing her son.
We must have justice. And with today's verdict, we finally have a bit of justice.
She was among the family members in federal court in Virginia as a British national known as one of the ISIS Beatles gets life in prison.
El-Shafi El-Sheikh was found guilty in April on charges related to the deaths of 4 American hostages in Syria, including journalist James Foley and aid worker Kayla Mueller. 3 of the hostages were beheaded in videos posted online. The ISIS group, known as the Beatles because of their British accents, kidnapped about 24 Westerners a decade ago.
Fox's Jared Halpern. 2 members of Congress sending a letter to social media companies asking how they plan to respond to an increase in online threats against law enforcement after the FBI raid on the Trump estate in Florida. House Democrats Carolyn Maloney and Stephen Lynch call statements by the former president and some Republican lawmakers reckless, also noting an intelligence bulletin about threats released by the FBI and Homeland Security. The letter was sent to 8 social media companies, including Meta, Twitter, TikTok, and Trump's platform, Truth Social. 2 new rulings on abortion and state fights after the Supreme Court's overturning of Roe versus Wade. In Michigan, an abortion ban will stay on hold for now, with the county judge ruling it can't be enforced.
It's part of an ongoing legal battle in the state after some prosecutors supported enforcing the old law, and as state Democrats effort a ballot initiative for voters to decide this November. An attorney representing prosecutors in the case say an appeal of the judge's decision is planned.
Fox's Jeff Manasso. In North Dakota, the state's shut down abortion clinic is asking a judge to delay a ban. America is listening to Fox News.
Every search you make, every click you take, they'll be watching you.
Tired of companies like Google and Facebook watching everything you do online? There's actually a simple solution. DuckDuckGo. It's an all-in-one privacy app with a built-in private search engine, web browser, one-click data clearing, email protection, and more, all for free. Download the app today and get the most comprehensive privacy protection with the push of a button. DuckDuckGo. Privacy simplified.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Air Comfort Service Heating and Cooling weather with Chief Meteorologist Dave Murray.
Partly sunny skies with us as we go through our Friday afternoon. Temperatures a little bit warmer, 88 for the high. Good humidity levels. Tonight, partly cloudy, 65. Saturday, partly sunny. Let's keep an eye out for a couple of scattered showers and thunder showers. Mid to late afternoon, Saturday, 85. Couple of showers, thunder showers scattered about first thing in the morning on Sunday. Otherwise, partly sunny and 83. This is 97.1 FM Talk. Chief Meteorologist Dave Murray.
It's happening right here, right now.
Remember, the National Archives are the ones that referred this to the Department of Justice, but they, the same principal, failed to refer Hillary Clinton to the Department of Justice when they got their hands on the classified emails from those servers.
This has never happened in U.S. history, a president's home being raided. If these documents are so sensitive, nuclear secrets, why did the Justice Department wait so long? What's the urgency here?
This is 97.1 FM Talk.
At 420ID.com, we make it easy to get your Missouri medical marijuana card. Dispensaries are open and inventory is in, so why wait? 420ID is the only company that provides you with a real plastic ID card and have served over 19,000 happy Missouri patients. Open late every day until 9 p.m. If we can't approve you, you pay nothing at 420ID.com. Today is the day to sign up for your Missouri medical marijuana card at 420ID.com. Use promo code RADIO and save $30 today. That's 420ID.com.
Mark Cox here. Want the best brisket you've ever tasted? Go to grillmastertony.com. My friend Tony Stone's been cooking brisket for St. Louis area restaurants for years. Now he's delivering it to you. It is smoked with hickory and pecan and sweet maple and rubbed with those delicious spices. Every brisket is hand-selected, ordered, delivered, wrapped directly to your house. Get your brisket in a box today. Go online at grillmastertony.com.
The following is a commercial announcement.
There's nothing like hearing the songs you love on local radio with no subscriptions and no monthly fees. But there's a new bill in Congress that could stop the music. If passed, this bill would tax your local radio station simply to play the music you love. Text LOCAL to 52886 and ask Congress to support local radio stations. Help us keep you connected to the music, local news, weather, and traffic that you need each day. This message furnished by the National Association of Broadcasters.
Rhino Shield is far superior to even the best traditional exterior house paint. Rhino Shield is 8 to 10 times thicker than paint and comes with a 25-year transferable warranty. Rhino Shield is the only ceramic coating company that has been chosen by Disney, This Old House, and 3 times on HGTV's Curb Appeal, where every episode is concentrated on unpainted brick, bonds and seals to stucco, wood, hardy, block, color lock, masonite, and more. No better product for those steel aluminum-sided homes that have become, chalky and tired looking. We coat sloped and flat roofs to extend their lives too. After 15 years, we've got a great reputation and a superior product. As long as it's affordable, why wouldn't you do it? Before you make the costly mistake of painting with traditional paint, you'd be best served to call Rhino Shield today. We are the experts and our evaluations are free. 877-25-RHINO or 877-25rhino.com. Tell them, ladies.
Don't paint, don't Rhino, go Rhino Shield. Never paint your house again. Rhino Shield.
Join us September 10th at Creve Coeur Lake Memorial Park and walk with one unified purpose, to end lupus. Join Walk to End Lupus Now St. Louis and feel the power of the movement. We are united. Together, powerful. Join us and register today at lupus.org/heartland.
Keeping you connected and aware.
In the world, the country, and the community.
And offering more ways than ever to listen conveniently. Tell your smart speaker to play 97.1 FM Talk or download the Odyssey app.
That is exactly what I needed to hear.
Thank God someone here knows what they're talking about.
That's us, that's right. Gotta love this American ride.
All right, you need to take the time and get the full picture.
Come on, turn the radio on. It's Saturday and I won't be long.
Don't get me wrong, I love the ladies. I mean, they rev my engine, but they don't belong in the newsroom. It is Anchor Man, not Anchor Lady.
What do you want from me? I'm not America's sweetheart.
Goodness sake, kid. Keep your voice down. Your father's listening to the radio.
I'm not America's sweetheart.
This is the Annie Frey Show.
Welcome back to the Annie Frey Show. Happy to have you with us on a beautiful Friday afternoon. Before we get to the rest of the segment, I'm going to talk to you a little bit about. Do you guys know who Sam Harris is? This podcast host. I mean, he's obvious,
only because of this
current story.
Yeah.
I do not.
Okay, I had not heard of him either. He's clearly a big deal and well known, just not in my circle. And I have no delusions of how well known I am. So I'm sure if you said, "Do you know who Annie Frey is?" he'd be like, "No."
Well, not until this story. This will get back to him.
Oh, yeah. Just like Patrick Leahy was so mad yesterday.
Oh my gosh, that guy was fuming.
If you know, you know. Listen to the podcast. But like I said, before we get to that, let's get to some good news.
The Diamond in the Rough, brought to you by The Diamond Shop. TheDiamondShop.net.
Just not being able to throw that first pitch for a strike.
Albert hits it out to deep left. It is gone. It's a grand slam. 690 off the bench. Pujols pitch it. Grand slam.
Can we just take a hot second here?
Gave me chills.
I have goosebumps right now, like proof on my arm. I've got the goosies, which is what J-Lo said on American Idol. And I don't know if it's because of just this moment in time and how great this moment in time is, but there is something for me as a Cardinals fan and as like a human that is attached to this Cardinals team and this baseball season in a way that I haven't felt connected with baseball in years. I really do believe that I literally, like you can see, I have goosebumps all, like even on my hands thinking about it. This August push for the St. Louis Cardinals in first place right now with the Albert Pujols story, the Yadier Molina story, the Adam Wainwright story, all of them together. We're winning. We have the potential MVP on our team. Nolan Arenado is MVP caliber, and he's like Goldschmidt's the guy. There is so much positivity around this St. Louis Cardinals team that I feel like my spirit is pouring itself into because it feels the most real, normal, post-pandemic thing.
I hear you.
Longevity. It feels the way it's supposed to be in St. Louis in August. And the Albert Pujols story, man, 1998, watching Mark McGwire and Sammy Sosa go back and forth. And I was in 8th grade when that was happening. Well, yeah, I was in 8th grade when summer of after 8th grade. And it was just every day was, did he hit one? Did he hit one? And everywhere you'd go, if you were at a summer softball game or something like that, and there was a Cardinals game going on, somebody was paying attention to it. And if you were sitting there and, you know, your team's on one side of the bleachers, the other team's on the other side of the bleachers, if McGwire hit a home run, somebody would shout it out, everybody would cheer, and then you'd go back. That's the way that summer was. I know that that's all tainted, but if you lived it, it was amazing. It was so fun. In 690, he needs 10 home runs. He's got 2 months, depending on how much the St. Louis Cardinals can get him in the game. It's not like you could look at, Brad, I know that you follow this stuff super close. If you look at what Albert Pujols is doing right now on the baseball field, there is, as a DH especially, there is a lot of good reason to play him in a lot of different spots. It's not like you're just you're not sacrificing the team so that he can get a home run. This is like it's all the pieces are in place and it feels good.
Yeah, all of his offensive numbers are right in line with other players. Like, there's not really a better option to go with off of the bench, and that's not in a negative way. He's the best option to go up against a left-handed pitcher on the Cardinals bench right now.
It would be on a lot of people's benches.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
And it seems like as the season's gone on, he's gotten more and more and more and more in the zone. So he kind of started out a little rough, and then he's moving into this, and now he's looking strong. He's looking real strong.
Well, you know, this is why we do the Diamond in the Rough each week, and why we're so happy to have the Diamond Shop partner with us to do this, because it reminds us each week to find good stories. To me, just, you know, in your, you know, what is your hobby? What is your favorite pastime? What is it that you do with the time to take your mind off of the important stuff? It's easy for people to say, you're going to spend 5 minutes talking about baseball and there's more important things to talk about. No, because that's what we have. We are talking about this stuff all of the time, all of the important news stories. Do you want me to spend another 10 minutes talking to you about all of the non-answers we have about the FBI raid on Donald Trump's home? We know how we feel about that. That is what it is. But we have the opportunity to come together in St. Louis, or in the St. Louis Cardinals community right now, to celebrate something that is just inherently good. And it is a blessing. And I don't want to miss this. I don't want the next couple months to fly by and to not sit here and recognize and savor the moment of what St. Louis has at their fingertips.
Yeah, I really do. And we overemphasize this, and sports talk does, and broadcasters overemphasize the romanticism of baseball. But this is real. I've stepped away from it a little bit. And like you're saying, when I hear Alberts hit another one, it feels like 99.
It's exciting. 98.
98. Sorry. I worked at Stonewolf Golf Course that year. And whenever he hit one, this is before devices. So people be on the golf course for 4 hours. They had no idea. If he hit one, it was the best day ever because I got to tell every single golfer that came off the course, first of all, I'm going to clean your clubs and hopefully get a tip from you. But guess what else happened? Mark McGwire hit one. Everybody was in a good mood.
Yes, it just was a very, very consistent thing. And for me, with my kiddos, like my son is 12 and he's super into baseball. First school baseball game this afternoon that I have to, like a crazy person, get from here to pick up the kid at school to get to the baseball game. But baseball takes up 10 months of the year for us because he plays 2 separate seasons, one in the summer league, one with his school. And it's just part of what we do. It's a very important part of my husband and my son's relationship. It's a very important way for them to sit down and spend time together with something that crosses the generation, for them to be able to discuss and to just be together in. And in my opinion, nobody does that better than the Cardinals in St. Louis. It's so priceless. And it's not, you're going to get a different conversation, obviously, on Sports Talk about this. And you can nerd out on this stuff. And I'm all about nerding out on this stuff. I don't have a problem with that. That's not what we're going to do here. I worked in Sports Talk Radio for 3 years and enjoyed it, wanted to move into something else because I wanted to keep it my entertainment. How important is it, Brad, to you're engrossed in this stuff even more probably than before you were in talk radio, to just be able to watch the Cardinals and care passionately about something that really doesn't mean anything.
Right. So I always try to keep myself very level-headed when it comes to politics, because you could ride that emotional roller coaster with politics, and that's just not a healthy place to be. But to me, baseball is that healthy place to ride that emotion. I was looking back through my tweets, and one tweet I was like, this team's not fun to watch right now. And that was back in early July 9th, I think that I sent it. But then in August 9th, 1 month later, I've got this tweet out here. It's like, this is right after the Yankees series. This feels like the beginning of one of those runs.
Yeah.
But to have that outlet to where you can just
sweep the Cubs, sweep the Yankees,
throw everything overboard and just throw your hands up in the air and ride the roller coaster.
Sure.
It's great.
As an adult, you don't get to do that with much.
No. And that's why I love baseball. That's why I love hockey too.
Well, that is today's Diamond in the Rough, and we are very grateful for the Diamond Shop for sponsoring that. A reminder, you can go to thediamondshop.net and become a VIP there and get sweet, awesome deals. I have several pieces from the Diamond Shop, and I love each and every one of them. Before we get to the break, because we have D to the C and Princess Storm from our friends at 1041, Hot 1041, our sister station. Princess Storm is doing we had her in earlier, and she talked to us about the diaper drive that she's doing, and the Annie Frey Show is going all in to help Princess Storm on this. And I'm hoping to work at least one place that I can set up shop and collect the diapers from you folks that I can donate on behalf of you all to her diaper drive. So stick around for that. We'll give you more details on how you can support that in a minute when Princess Storm and D to the C come play X's and O's. On a scale of 1 to 10, how good is today's?
10.
That's a good answer. Thank you. Appreciate that. Before we do that, though, I was talking to you a little bit about this podcaster, and Sam Harris is his name. Someone said in the comments that he's big in the atheist community.
Yeah.
I guess this is why I don't know him. But this is what he had to say in an interview, and it centers around Hunter Biden's laptop and just reflecting back on what we knew, when we knew it, and how we knew it, and what we did about knowing it. He puts a pretty interesting.
Hunter Biden, at that point, Hunter Biden literally could have had the corpses of children in his basement. I would not have cared, right? It's like there's nothing. First of all, it's Hunter Biden, right? It's not Joe Biden. But even if whatever scope of Joe Biden's corruption is, if we could just go down that rabbit hole endlessly and understand that he's getting kickbacks from Hunter Biden's deals in Ukraine or wherever else, right? Or China, it is infinitesimal compared to the corruption we know Trump is involved in.
So he's talking about this. I mean, and if you know a little bit about Hunter Biden, we don't have a whole lot of time here, Ryan, but like the extent of what was uncovered on Hunter Biden's laptop, there's two buckets that you can look at the stuff: criminal acts and depravity. And the other thing is the emails that indicate what kind of deals he was doing with whom on his dad's name, which is where the American public comes in.
Mm-hmm.
The allegations of what people who have seen the laptop can say about the things that Hunter Biden was doing are about as gross as you can get.
Mm-hmm.
So suggesting that nothing on that laptop could be worse than what was going on in the Trump organization.
It doesn't even stack up against Trump University, right? Trump University as a story is worse than anything that could be in Hunter Biden's laptop, in my view, right? Now, that doesn't answer the people who say it's still completely unfair to not have looked at the laptop in a timely way and to have shut down the New York Post's Twitter account. Like that's just a conspiracy. That's a left-wing conspiracy to deny the presidency to Donald Trump. Absolutely, it was. Absolutely, right? But I think it was warranted.
Duh! Whoa!
Oh, okay.
Whoa!
Glad to know that you've got standards, because that's ridiculous.
But it's what we've been saying the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
That is exactly the same point that we have been making on this show, that, conservative media has been making since the Hunter Biden laptop surfaced, which is to suggest that the other side is so in the tank for the guy who they want to have win the election that anything goes, because they know what the best outcome is and they're willing to do whatever they can to make that so. They just know. That is when you become elite. And when you have people shaking hands and pinky swearing that, oh, this is bad, we can't let this see the light of the day, we're going to have to make sure that everybody is in lockstep. And it's not just social media that kicked the New York Post off of Twitter. It's not just that. It's Facebook labeling stuff misinformation. It's the idea that on social media platforms like YouTube that you could get banned if you're a strike or whatever if you shared that kind of information. It's way worse than that. It's the media that would come on the air and over and over and over talk about the obvious Russian disinformation. That was their phrase. They chose it. It was purposeful. It didn't just become a haphazard explanation. Media outlet after media outlet after media outlet, Brian Stelter, would go out there and say the same thing and dismiss any type of questions, eyebrows that might be raised on the specific issue. But it's even worse than that. Because we find people like Adam Schiff coming on to those shows, politicians, elected officials who are there to represent you, and they too are saying has all the markings. That was a phrase. This has all the markings of Russian disinformation. They dismissed everything. They all agreed on what the story was, and then they went with it. But it's even worse than that, because the FBI, the people who are supposed to represent law and order in this country, the investigators had the laptop. When Hunter Biden's been under investigation, federal investigation, since 2018. It's even worse than that, because when Donald Trump was being impeached for a phone call with President Zelensky in Ukraine, the conversation was whether or not it was an appropriate conversation, because there were concerns about the Biden family's interest and the Hunter Biden connection to what was going on in Ukraine. And what did Adam Schiff, who was saying that all of the Hunter Biden laptop stuff was Russian disinformation, he led the charge for the second impeachment. And what was wrong with that phone call? It was Donald Trump trying to dig up damaging information on a political opponent, which is what they did to Donald Trump the whole time. And they knew that Hunter Biden was under federal investigation for nefarious connections that he might have. They knew the whole time. And we all knew that, which is why it's gaslighting, masterclass gaslighting with so many people involved in the process. The reason why Sam Harris saying this makes you go, what the heck are you doing? What are you saying? That's crazy. Is because you've been saying it for years, literal years, since 2016, when Donald Trump became a candidate for office. There's so many people who don't love Donald Trump, but hate this crap. Hate it because it's a double standard, and you know that you have no power when they have that much power. And everything that they've ever accused Donald Trump of, you think of if they investigated you as much as they investigated Donald Trump, would they be able to come up with something? I'm pretty sure they'd be able to come up with something on me, and I'm a pretty clean cookie. Donald Trump has been investigated at the highest levels every second of his political existence, and they haven't got him yet. They're going to try to get him now with this FBI raid. And the American people are finally saying, this is a 2-tier system, and I'm not cool with it.
Thesis is, I can do anything I want. Doesn't matter because Donald Trump.
Yeah.
And that's what he's acknowledging.
That's exactly what he says. And it makes you crazy to hear it, but that's because they're just saying it out loud. We've known it the whole time. All right. When we come back, X's and O's. Are you ready, Ryan?
Ready to go.
A reminder for folks to vote in the YouTube live chat poll. It's getting a little closer here. Which show member would you think it'd be the most fun to take a road trip with? Annie, Brad, Wiggins, or Hannah?
Wiggins.
Hannah's had her feelings hurt a little bit here lately.
No, she's fine. No, she's
you guys
just
know
fine.
who the best option is all I'm going to say.
It's Brad.
I just know who the worst one is. We'll be right back. Don't go away.
You're listening to The Annie Frey Show. Find the podcast, on-demand audio, and more at 971talk.com/Annie. More than ever, this is where St. Louis is coming to talk. Computer, smart speaker, radio, phone. People are gathering here. Thanks for listening and staying connected. 97.1 FM Talk.
Stewart's American Mortgage is where you can go to refinance your home mortgage and take some cash out if you need to, so that you can get rid of that high interest credit card debt. So you can make the repair and the investment in your home that you have been dreaming about doing. And when you reach out to Stewie at Stewart's American Mortgage, you can call him or you can text him. Here's the number. Poke it in your phone and get to it when you have a spare second. 314-324-4440. That's 314-324-4440. Call or text Stewie and say, hey, I'm thinking about doing a refi on my home. Would love to know how you can help me. You can use the bagel loan. And when you use the bagel loan to refinance your home, you're going to pay zero in fees that every other lender out there will charge you for. So it can become a major no-brainer to go through the process to take some equity out of your house. Maybe you even can lower the rate that you're currently paying on your home and save money. Stewie is your guy, and you can trust him. I've trusted him twice with the bagel loan for myself. 314-324-4440. Google the bagel loan, NMLS number 226715.
The Wall Street Journal reported that home equity is at record levels. And while home values continue to soar, rising interest rates make it harder than ever to unlock equity. But what if you could cash out your home's equity right now while it's still sky high and not have to move? You can with Truehold.com. Truehold will buy your home for full cash value. Best of all, you get to bank all the cash now and continue living in your home. And Truehold covers all property taxes, insurance, repairs, and maintenance too. Let's review. Truehold pays your home's full value in cash fast. Use your cash to do everything you've dreamed of, like travel or pay off debt. Call 855-300-9993 or visit Truehold.com for the smarter, faster way to cash out your home's full value without having to move. 1-855-300-9993. 1-855-300-9993 or go to Truehold.com.
We've all done it or used to do it. Use the same passwords at work as we have for online shopping, Netflix, news sites, etc. But here's the problem. Those sites are often compromised, and those stored credentials are exposed, shared, and sold on the dark web. My hope is your users are not using the same work passwords for those sites as they use for work. But in reality, some of them are, because let's face it, remembering one password is a lot easier than remembering all of them. Hackers then use those passwords, guess the login, and voila, you get ransomware. This is how bad actors get into networks. Not by hacking their way through your firewall, but by buying usernames and passwords off the dark web. One of our favorite parlor tricks is telling someone their super secret password during a meeting. It looks like magic, but actually it's been exposed in some obscure website breach. The good news is Acropolis is here and we can help. I know IT isn't how most of you want to spend your day, but from one business owner to another, you need to feel comfortable that these areas are protected and in place now more than ever. If you aren't satisfied with what you find, we can help. Visit us on the web at acropolistech.com and let's start a conversation.
Frey Show. Interact with Annie on Facebook. The Annie Frey Show.
Well, my name's Conley.
Welcome back to the Annie Frey Show. We're happy that you're spending some of your Friday afternoon with us. A couple pieces of housekeeping here before we start X's and O's. We have a YouTube live chat poll. Go to the Annie Frey YouTube channel and vote which show member would be the most fun to take a road trip with, Annie, Brad, Wiggins, or Hannah. It's getting chippy in here. So when you go cast your vote, please do us a favor and comment as to why you voted the way you did. For Brad, yes, or whomever.
Comment as to why you voted for Brad.
I should have made one of the choices be Brian.
Oh yeah, then we both would have got a road trip out of it,
like a twofer.
Mm-hmm. I don't know if I would have shown up for that, but I like the idea.
So you can go there, you can vote, and you can comment, and we are laughing in the studio regularly based on the reasons why you were picking or not picking any of us. But the other piece of housekeeping that we have here is an opportunity for you to help. And I love talking about these types of opportunities, especially when it helps the babies. And Princess Storm and Deed to the Sea are in here with our friends from Hot 104.1. Princess Storm, you are on Hot from 3 to 7?
Yes, each and every weekday.
Each and every weekday. And you are doing something fantastic. You're doing a diaper drive.
Yes, and I'm halfway at my goal. I have raised.
Halfway?
That's awesome.
Yes,
That's
halfway.
Well, we're doubling the goal then.
Oh, no. Annie, relax.
I have faith in you.
No, I don't want to double the goal. I'm already stressing myself out. Every day someone calls me like, where are you now? Where are you now? So I'm like, no.
So tell me about the drive. Real quick, how did you come up with the idea to put your time and effort? Because it's a lot of work. I know you're putting in a lot of work to this. To why is this your passion project?
I have a son. His name is Ace. He is 2 years old. And when I became a mom, I just wanted to help other moms. It's like this organization or this little hood and gang you just come with, and you don't know that you really want to be a part of this until you have a baby. You know how people say, oh, once you have a baby, you're going to just be so in love and they're going to be like just so awesome and special. They don't tell you that they poop on you and that they're going to throw up on you.
Yeah, but after they poop, they smile.
Yeah.
And it's
just
all worth it.
Just like Ryan.
So, oh my God.
I mean, don't we all though? Really? I mean, yes, I'll be the fall guy here, but we all do that.
Somebody's got to.
That is just utter hilarity to me.
No, but that really helped me. That just made me want to do something. And just talking to my listeners, they told me they needed diapers. I partnered with the St. Louis Diaper Bank. So my goal this year is 50,000 diapers.
Woo!
We're at 25,000 and we are, halfway past the goal line. The drive does not end until October 1st.
Oh my gosh, that's fantastic.
So we have some time.
Party for me.
Yeah, no kidding. So the Annie Frey Show in 97.1 wants to get behind this effort with Princess Storm. It is her diaper drive. 104.1 has been just really, really pushing this. It's a great opportunity for our community to support this effort. So we're throwing the full support of the Annie Frey Show behind it. You can learn more on the events page on the Hot 104.1 website.
Mm-hmm.
And I will tell you to stay tuned for more because we want to show up big time to help support your efforts.
Yeah.
When people step up to the plate and make these things happen, it's important for all of us to get together and make it a huge success. And if anybody wants to come at me and be like, diapers, like, give me a break. I have 4 babies myself.
Yes.
Many people are not. It's hard to find stuff a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Supply chain issues for sure. But also it's a very big expense over the course of time. And this is a great, obvious way that we can help people in our community.
Yeah. And I'll be at Sam's Club in Maplewood on September 16th and 30th from 5 to 7 p.m. So you can drop off diapers there. You can meet Annie and give her the diapers and I'll bring them back. I'm just really trying to help the community.
Yeah. Well, you're doing a great job and we want to throw our support behind it. Now it's time to get to the silliness on a Friday. Ryan? I should say Princess Storm is a contestant today. And D to the C, D.
Returning champion.
Oh, don't play with me.
That's
I'm
true.
gonna win.
That's true.
D to the C was playing against Trisha in the infamous
champion.
"What the heck are you doing, Trisha?"
Mm-hmm.
Square peg.
She basically gave him the game.
Multiple times.
No, she
No,
fought,
he's still.
she fought valiantly.
So
Yeah, you just want to feel like you earned it.
I'm turning it over to Ryan Wiggins. He's going to explain to you how this game is played. If you've seen us play this before, This is a really, really fun opportunity to join us on the Annie Frey YouTube live stream, and you can watch as this goes on. Ryan, take it away.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, there is a tic-tac-toe board up in the studio, numbered 1 through 9. You might be able to see it on the camera. Princess Storm is ducking so that you can. D to the C is Vanna Whiting it. So here's how this works. D to the C and Princess Storm, who is new to this game, you will pick a square numbered 1 through 9. I have a corresponding question to that square, but then before I read the question, you will ask one of the celebrity contestants. I shouldn't say contestants. How about just celebrities?
You could just call us experts.
No, definitely not. You're celebrities. You guys are all
totally. Not all celebrities are experts.
This is true.
That's a fact. Not all experts are celebrities.
Well,
so you
more
guys
baby-
are in the celebrity category.
More baby poo in the game.
and so you will pick a square. You will pick one of the 3 celebrities. Each one of them can only answer a question 3 times, but we'll keep track of that. And then they will answer the question. You will have to just agree or disagree to get the square. So Princess Storm, you're going to be X's and go first.
Okay.
D to C, you're going to be O's and go second. Princess Storm, where would you like to start?
Annie.
Yeah, baby.
Annie will be answering the question. Which square would you like?
Number 1, because I'm a winner.
Number
there we go.
1.
Top left.
All right. Top left. Number 1 for Annie. The B-52s have announced that their upcoming tour will be their last.
Wait, time out. Don't hear the first part of the question and think it has anything to do with the last.
They
half of the
usually
question.
twist around a bit and they end in a different spot. But this one doesn't. Question is, can you do a Fred Schneider impersonation? No.
What? Well, my answer is no. Princess, do you agree or disagree?
No. Wait. There's more. Real question. From the song Love Shack.
Love Shack.
You know it. What is this line? Do you know what she's saying in that line?
Yes.
What is it?
Tin roof rusted.
Tin roof rusted is a good guess, but is she right, Princess Storm?
Yes, I believe her.
You both are correct. You both are correct.
High five, Princess.
That is tin roof
Right in front of me.
rusted.
Knock a brother out, why don't you?
I can't believe both of you knew that. Confused people for years.
I know what it means too.
Didn't confuse Annie.
Now I don't know that. Is it
Yeah.
something you can share?
You can Google it.
Okay.
Alrighty.
All right. Then X gets the square.
Yeah,
and we are
that's
off
right.
to the races here.
Oh, by the way, we can only each be picked 3 times. So I'm down 1. Did we say that?
Mhm.
Okay, go ahead.
D to the C, you are up.
I am going with Oak Ridge.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, boy.
Oak Ridge. That nickname is like when what's his name on The Office called Jim Tuna in one episode, and it just never went away for 5 more seasons. That
I
was
think
just
I have like 8 different nicknames
yeah
here
yeah.
in this
Oak
studio.
Ridge is just D to the C's for you though.
There's also Boop and there's also Beanbag.
Mhm.
Beanbag. Whoa.
Yeah.
I texted Brad one time and I asked a question about Hannah and it autocorrected to Beanbag. I don't know why.
We all prefer Boop though. All right, D to the C, which square do you want?
I'm gonna take number 9.
Number 9. Okay, cross the board. Who are you choosing as your celebrity?
Hello.
Oh, sorry, Oak Ridge.
Basically, Ryan's
Okay.
going, are you sure?
Yeah. Well, okay. Listen to the question here. And we'll see if you chose right. CNN has decided to fire anchor Brian Stelter from its broadcast lineup. Oak Ridge. What food item do social media users most often compare to Brian Stelter?
A bagel.
Bagel. That is what people compare Brian Stelter to online. Is that correct or incorrect,
That is
DNC?
correct.
That is correct. All right. Well, the answer is you are both wrong. The answer, somebody else can say this one because I think you guys know. Potato.
Oh.
Brian Stelter is a potato. There's lots of memes online. Why? I don't know. But again, X gets the square.
All right.
Uh-oh.
Which square was that?
That was number 9.
So top left is an X, bottom right is an X.
I'm going to win this thing.
So here's the thing. Here's the
Only
thing,
by a
Princess Storm.
pamper lady.
The way this works is if you were to win and get the X right across the board right away, we still have to play because D to the C could come back and tie you with just overall number of O's. So you'd still have to win the whole board. Now, that would ensure that you'd at least tie if you get the cross right here.
But you are off to a really good start.
No kidding. No kidding. All right. So which square you want to take here?
Number 5.
Number 5. That's a great one.
Center square.
No, spare me the pull up.
Center square. Princess Storm, which
this is chippy already. I love
celebrity would you like to pick?
Come on, Brad.
All right.
Brad. All right. Brad, just so you know, you have stumbled into sound. I am going to play a clip from this week. Now, this is a real quote from somebody this week. I have run it through artificial intelligence so that you will not know who is speaking. But, Brad, you'll have to tell me who this is. Are you ready?
Yes, I'm ready.
Okay, here you go.
There's only one question to ask here. Who put a live round in the gun? That's it. There is no other question to ask.
The quote,
so terrible.
The quote there is, there's really only one question to ask here. Who put a live round in the gun? That's it. There's no other question to ask. Who said that?
That is Sheriff Alec Baldwin.
Oh, that's a good guess. Alec Baldwin. Princess Storm for the win already. Was that actually Alec Baldwin?
Brad, I love you, but I'm going to say you're wrong.
She is going to say you are wrong. Here is who actually
I'm so
said
nervous.
that for the win already. Here's who actually said this quote.
See, there's only one question to ask here. Who put a live round in the gun? That's it. There is no other question to ask.
I like how he says that with such authority that he is bestowed upon himself.
Yes.
Alec Baldwin it is.
That was, in fact, Alec Baldwin.
I did not know that. Good job, Brad.
So, Circle gets the square. That means this game is continuing on.
Oh, my God, Brad, I'm sorry you did this. When you did this, I didn't know. You didn't know.
All right, it is D to the C's turn, and the board is wide open.
Come on, Oak Ridge.
All right.
Here we go again. All right, what's your square?
3.
Number 3. Hannah. This is a question tailored just for you.
Oh, great. Can't wait.
What a compliment.
Jesse Chavez is his name, and baseball is his game.
Oh, I love baseball.
Mhm. Chavez entered the MLB at age 26 and was immediately involved in a trade for Rick Ankiel in 2010. Since then, Chavez, who is now 39 years old, who was just traded again and has never played for the Cardinals, has been traded at Major League record 10 times. Name one team that the most traded player ever has played for.
He's played for 10 teams?
He has played for 10
He got a 1 in 3
teams.
chance.
The Cubs.
The
Ooh.
Cubs is the guess. D to the C, do you agree? Has Jesse Chavez played for the Cubs?
I'm rolling with Oak Ridge.
You're rolling with
Whoa,
it.
that's
Guess what?
premature ding.
And you're right. You're right. Both of you got that one.
Man, Hannah.
Good job. He's played for the Angels, the Braves, the Cubs, the Blue Jays, Royals, Athletics, Braves. Maybe I said that already. Rays, Pirates, and Dodgers.
Hannah is celebrating.
Man, good job.
So it's 2-2 right now. And with the original block, now we have a D2C opportunity in one of the squares potentially to win. We're going to take a quick break and come back and see how D to the C and Princess Storm continue to fare in X's and O's as we recap the news of the week each Friday in this game. And a reminder, Princess Storm's diaper drive. On the quick break here, you've got 2 things that you need to do. You need to go to the Hot 1041 website and find out where you can bring diapers to help support this amazing cause. And then you need to go vote for me in today's YouTube live chat poll. Which show member would be the most fun to take a road trip with? Annie, Brad, Wiggins, or Hannah? This is not going the way it's supposed to go. So go in there and get your vote cast. And if you have to vote for Wiggins, please give us a reason why. We need to know why, because we don't understand.
Yeah, you can do whatever you want. You can vote for Wiggins. You can vote for Wiggins. You can do anything.
D, can I have your endorsement?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Who would you road trip with right now, D to the C? Who would you pick?
Well, Brad's a truck guy.
There you go.
I thought you just said you'd endorse me.
I didn't know it was for the trip.
Yeah. Princess Storm.
Hannah, we can go.
There you go.
Great, thank you.
Awesome. Stick around. We're going to have the conclusion to X's and O's when we come back. Don't go away.
Every little man wanna
You're listening to The Annie Frey Show.
For my time, but I've been told you never come back from Copperhead Road.
The Mark Reardon Show.
Dr. Marty McCary, there's a large swath of the country who just won't pay attention to this anymore.
We need people to be aware about fentanyl and so many other things. CDC needs to just shut up. They've lost so much credibility.
Weekdays from 3 to 6 on 97.1 FM Talk.
Everybody knows that losing weight is hard, and it's important if you are looking to get into the healthier version of you to engage in something that you can believe in, that can actually be successful for you. Slim 180 has done that for me multiple times. It's where I've gone to after having babies and needing to lose the baby weight, to lose, let's be real, the COVID weight. Slim 180 can help you through this process. And they also have multiple different plans for you to check out so that you can customize your weight loss program and journey to what is best for you. I love their HCG program. I've lost 22 pounds in less than a month on the Slim 180 HCG program, and I encourage you to talk to them about getting to the healthier, happier version of you. Everybody's goals are different, and if you're looking to lose 10 pounds, if you're looking to lose 150 pounds, I want you to give Slim 180 a try. Go set up a free consultation with them and talk to them about what they can do for you and what your expectations are, and get going today. You can find out their 6 locations, their hours, and more information on the programs that they have by visiting them online. Their website, easy to find. Go to myslim180.com.
Behind on rent or mortgage? Missouri Safer can help. Missouri Safer for Renters provides payments directly to your landlord and utility providers, while Missouri Safer for Homeowners can help you get caught up on mortgage payments. Learn more about these federally funded programs at mohousingresources.com or call 833-541-1599. Apply today and stay safe in your home with Missouri Safer. Brought to you by the Missouri Housing Development Commission.
Everybody knows you gotta get it at Clement. Everybody knows you gotta get it at Clement. Find the car you want, new or used. Get it at Clement, get pre-approved. Everybody knows you gotta get it at Clement. Everybody knows you gotta get it at Clement. ClementAutoGroup.com.
Hello, this is Dave Walker, former Comptroller General of the United States. The federal government has grown dramatically, promised too much, lost control of its budget, and must restructure its finances in order to create a better future.
I agree, Dave. This is Ken Heisey from Heisey Advisory Group, and you're invited to a special event on Thursday, August 25th. Dave and I will talk about our country's financial issues and how they may impact your retirement. Learn why it's critical to take action now and discover strategies that can help protect your future. If you've saved at least $750,000 for retirement, call 314-328-6000 to register for this special event. After a decades-long mission to promote fiscal responsibility at all levels of government, you won't want to miss what Dave has to say. Call 314-328-6000.
Dave Walker is not affiliated with and does not endorse Heisey Advisory Group or AE Wealth Management, LLC. Heisey Advisory Group may not provide tax advice and is not affiliated with the U.S. government. Investment advisory services offered through AE Wealth Management, LLC.
You're listening to the Annie Frey Show live from the Air Comfort Service Heating and Cooling Studios. Air Comfort Service is celebrating 53 years of residential and commercial service, maintenance, and installation of heating and cooling systems. Get in your comfort zone. Visit aircomfortservice.com.
Bringing you up-to-the-minute traffic like nobody else. Sue Thomas and dependable traffic, driven by Ambassador Midwest Floor Company. The best way to deal with in-home traffic. Experience more at Ambassador Midwest Floor. You're listening to The Annie Frey Show. Follow Annie on Twitter at Annie Frey Show.
Welcome back to the Annie Frey Show. We are welcoming into the studio here with us Princess Storm and Dita to the Sea from our sister station here at Hot 1041. You need to join me in supporting Princess Storm's diaper drive. And if you want to know how to help, where to take the diapers to help this cause, go to the Hot 1041 website and look at the events page. And you can see where Princess Storm, all the information that you have there to help. It goes through October 2nd, you said, right? October 1st. And we are going to do everything we can on the Annie Frey Show here at 97.1 to help our friends at Hot 1041 raise as many diapers as we can for these babies in our community. So while we were doing that, we also have a riveting game of X's and O's taking place right now.
We do.
And it's 2-2.
We have no winner yet.
I have an X
But
in the
we're
top.
close to having one.
Close. An X in the
Maybe.
top left, and an X in the bottom right, and a circle in the top right, and a circle in the center square. And I believe it is Princess Storm's turn.
It is Princess Storm. Where would you like to go here?
I'm going back to Brad.
All right.
We
Okay.
got this.
All right, we got this.
And which square?
Number 7.
Number 7. Okay, that puts you in a position to either block if you get it right, or you're going to hand D to the C an initial win here if you don't get it right. So a lot on the line. Number 7, Brad. Vladimir Putin, who I call Vlad Putin, is offering 16.
When you talk on the phone.
Just when I talk on the phone to
man.
anybody, though.
Hey, Vlad.
No, I don't talk to him.
Oh.
He's the president of Russia.
Yeah.
I don't have access
You're
to
the
him.
president of Wiggins America.
I wouldn't want access to
That's
him.
true. So anyway, Vlad Putin is offering $16,000 to any Russian woman who has 10 kids. They
I'm
will
almost
get
halfway there.
Dozens.
they will get the 16 grand once the 10th child turns 1. In other news, the Duggars are now considering moving to Russia. That's a joke. But the question is, how many children do the Duggars have?
I know this
Let's see
one.
here. The Duggars. Do they have
I like your,
A lot of
I like your
confidence
thought
here.
process.
17 kids?
17 kids and counting. Does that sound right to you, Princess Storm?
You look like John, the last question he had.
Oh my God, I'm gonna cry. Wait, what did you say again?
I said 17, and I have no clue what I'm talking about.
I'm saying he's wrong.
Yeah, you're going to say he's wrong.
I'm sorry, Brad.
And that's a good guess because he is indeed wrong. Yes, yes.
19.
No, it's 20.
What?
It's 20 kids and
Did she
counting.
just scream?
So what you're saying is, though, at one point I was correct.
That's exactly what I'm
Yes.
saying. Yeah, at one point, unless there was
For
twins
For
involved.
like
Win.
10 months.
Yeah. All
Why
right.
did they have another one?
All
That
right.
means we're still going here.
Man, if you're
So-
not watching the live right now, you are missing some breaking it down from
Oh,
Princess
wait.
Storm.
Mhm.
Oh, that was a block. Okay.
So we have 3 X's in the top left, the bottom left, and the bottom right. Circles in the top right and the center. D to the C. You know,
Mm-hmm.
she's
D to
feeling
C.
it right now.
That's what a winner looks like.
So you
Oh,
know,
don't count your powder ounces yet, baby.
I have one question left that I can answer. Hannah has one question left, and Annie has 2 left.
And of course,
We
I'm
have 4
going with
squares.
Miss Annie Fry.
Okay, Annie Fry, and which square are you choosing?
4.
4. Well, you guys are all around the sound. You're not hitting it. Number 4 for Annie. Mar-a-Lago. Everybody's talking about it. The FBI knows how to get there, but do you, Annie Fry? Which major city in Florida would you fly into to get to Mar-a-Lago the fastest? Miami or Orlando? Basically, which one is closer to Mar-a-Lago?
Well, Mar-a-Lago is in Palm Beach. This music is getting louder in my head.
And in reality.
I'm going to say Miami.
Miami would be closer to Mar-a-Lago. Is that correct, D to the C?
As much as I love Rosie, I'm going to have to disagree.
Oh, boy.
Agree. Well, you should have agreed because Annie's right.
Oh!
Annie is right.
You know what okay, you said Mar-a-Lago. That's a Trump place. It's Florida. And you know the word you said that makes me know the most? Orlando.
Yeah.
Like, my
Yeah.
ex- I'm like, you're not going through Orlando.
Well, that means, you know what? Why don't
Oh.
you draw a line through that because Princess Storm has just initially won this game.
The left vertical tic-tac-toe is in the X category.
Yes, yes. But D to C, you can try to come back and tie by just getting total number of squares.
Mhm.
It's been done before.
It has
the
been
key
done.
word was try.
Try. Yeah, we don't know. Obviously, he could fail. Nobody's rooting against him here. Hello
See the
there.
look
All right.
on my face right now.
All right, Princess Storm, that means it's your turn.
Okay.
Which square are you going to take?
Hannah, come on. Oh, which square?
Hannah, okay.
Okay,
Which square?
Hannah.
Called Hannah Square.
Yes, she did.
No,
Better than an elephant.
8.
She's going for 8,
8.
bottom middle.
Okay, 8. You have stumbled into sound.
He's
I am
the
going to
best.
play something that is a real quote from the week, run through AI. You will have to tell me who said this.
Albert hits it out to deep left. It is gone. It's a grand slam. 690. Off the bench. Pujols. Pinch hit. Grand slam.
I know that's tough to hear that that's not the actual call. But it was Albert hits it out to deep left. It's gone. It's a grand slam. 690 off the bench. Pujols pinch hit grand slam.
I should know this. I should.
The Chicago Cubs. Hannah's looking at me.
I'm like, help. Dan McLaughlin?
Dan McLaughlin is the guess. Princess Storm.
The confidence in that answer.
Yeah. Princess Storm.
Beaming with confidence.
She said
right
it
now.
with the big up talk at the end and
Dan
very quietly. Dan McLaughlin.
Hannah, I'm sorry, I disagree.
That's probably a good
at all.
choice.
Disagree. All right. Well, here's the real call.
Albert hits it out to deep left. It is gone. It's a grand slam.
Yeah, that is in fact Dan McLaughlin. Amazingly.
Oh my God.
It is?
She got it. Yes.
Two baseball questions for me. And I got
Nobody
it right.
is more surprised.
Amazing. Amazing. D to the C gets that square.
Let's put that one on a bagel.
That's right. That's right. All right. We got just a couple minutes here and a couple squares. So D to the C. You're still in this game. You got 2 squares. Which one are you going with?
Brad, are you out?
Nope. I've got one
So
left.
Hannah's out. You and me both.
Yep.
We're going to go with 2.
Number 2. Okay.
Miss Annie Frey.
Number 2
Let's
is actually
do
our
this thing.
special category of the week.
Oh, these are great.
We're going to see the affidavit, the FBI. Oh, who we go? Who's answering this? It's you? Okay. We're going to see the affidavit the FBI issued to raid Trump's house, but we don't know how much of it we'll see. It could be heavily redacted. To illustrate, here's an audio version of what the affidavit might be like. So, if that gives you confidence in what we're going to see, I don't know what else
That
would.
didn't give me much confidence.
Because
not the right word.
The question that you have to answer out of that is, can you give either the name of that song or the name of the artist?
I believe it's called The Hey Song.
The Hey Song. The Hey Song. All right. And who are we doing? This is D to the C's question,
I
right?
don't know. Ask the host.
D to the C. D to the C. Is that called The Hey Song?
Oh. And I should know this.
Yeah, DJ.
Hey!
Called out.
Should have gone.
Well,
with
we don't know
Brad.
what they said. Hey, it was all redacted.
Could be anything.
I'm going
Could
to
have been
agree.
filthy.
You're going to agree, and you shouldn't have, because that is incorrect.
That is Rock and Roll
That-
Part 2.
Rock and Roll Part 2 is the name of that song by Gary Glitter.
I am going to go download that right now.
Wow.
Jock jams for the win.
All right, we got one left, Princess Storm.
Let's do this.
I already won.
I think you pretty much did, but we'll do it anyway.
Team
Just in a
Storm.
minute here. So, all right, who's the
I
celebrity?
just want to say that is also called The Hey Song.
No. I mean, maybe people just call it the Hey Song.
I think it's called the Hey Song. as
I mean,
well.
I have seen it I have it in a playlist on Spotify called The Hey Song.
Well, maybe somebody somewhere is calling it the Hey Song, but Gary
Gary
Glitter didn't
Glitter.
call
Call
it
an
that.
audible?
I'm just gonna
You
say
should call an audible on
that
that.
somebody should protest.
You
I'm
should. We
protesting.
should go to the judge
This is
after the
some
segment.
2 a.m. ballot counting stuff.
And
here.
the judge is me, so we'll find out. All right.
It's
the
on-
last square
Sorry, I thought I had it right.
is
Let's call
number
Steve.
6.
I think
Number
we should call
6.
Steve Moore in on
It
this.
is
Yeah.
Brad.
We should fire Ryan.
Okay, Brad, you have the last one here, stumbled into sound. This is a real quote from this week. Here it is.
I'm helping the local communities by busing the migrants out of these local communities and sending them up to the Northeast, where they have self-identified as sanctuary cities.
I'm helping the local communities by busing the migrants out of these local communities and sending them up to the Northeast, where they have self-identified as sanctuary cities. Who said that?
Sounds like we're in a hurry, so I'm just going to say Governor Greg Abbott.
Governor Greg Abbott is a good guess. Princess Storm, was that Governor of Texas, Greg Abbott?
Of course, I believe Brad.
Of course you believe it, and of course
I'm helping the local
you are
communities,
right.
by busing the
There it
Princess
is.
Storm.
She has a complete sweep now.
and sending them up to the
man.
Northeast where they have self-identified. So
Some
sanctuary
posturing
cities.
taking place.
There you go.
This young lady is
That's
going
a
to
clean
invade my
win.
turf.
Well,
one
D
time
to the
too
C,
many.
you're 1-1 now. So you're gonna have to come back and saw that off. We're gonna go to break right now. Princess Storm, thank you for being in
Good
here.
job.
I'm glad that
Good
you
job.
won, and we can use it as a way to celebrate and encourage people even more to go to the Hot 1041 website on the events page and get those diapers to the diaper drive that they are leading there. Man, she's getting down. Thank you for watching us on the YouTube channel. We're going to talk about the poll when we come back. Don't go away.
This one here. This is a great time of the year to upgrade the energy efficiency in your home with my friends at Window World. Mark Cox here to tell you more about my experience with Window World. They replaced a couple of windows at my house. They were just panes of glass. We wanted to be able to get some airflow into the master bathroom. They came out, they gave us a free estimate, and then had the windows at seams installed in no time. Very professional, lifetime warranty I get, and you get an extra double strength glass on their replacement windows that's not common. So you're getting a great price, simply the best for less. They do front entry doors, rear entry doors if you're looking to replace that back door or sliding glass door in your home. They've got a great selection at Window World. They're also right now offering 18 months, same as cash financing, of course, with approved credit. The preferred window of the St. Louis Blues, 314-993-1800. windowworld.com.
You've been listening to the very popular Wellness 101 for many years, Sundays on 97.1 FM Talk. We're happy to share that we've expanded the show to 3 times a week. Yes, 3 times every weekend. Saturday at 8 p.m., Sunday at 9 a.m., and Sunday at 2 p.m. It's the same great show designed to cut through the nonsense and provide you a common-sense, science-based strategy for a healthy life. So join TJ and Aaron for Wellness 101. Now 3 times a week on 97.1 FM Talk.
Don't get left in the dark. Save now with 11% off Generac generators at Menards. They provide reliable electricity for any situation on the work site, camping, or in the event of a power outage. Get easy-to-use, reliable power anywhere with 11% off all Generac portable generators now at Menards. Good through August 21st. Savings are mail-in rebate. Some exclusions apply. See store for details.
Save big money at Menards.
KFTK FM Florissant, driven by the Bomarito Automotive Group, 97.1 FM Talk. Always live on the free Odyssey app.
An executioner locked up for life. Lisa Brady, Fox News. One of the so-called ISIS Beatles who kidnapped Westerners and beheaded several American hostages is headed to America's Supermax prison. British national El-Shafi El-Sheikh sentenced to life today.
This case is nearly unmatched, both in the cruelty of the conduct and the scope of its victimization, with families not only horrifically losing their loved ones, but losing them on an international stage before a shocked public.
U.S. Attorney Jessica Aber credits victims' families for their commitment to the case. The U.S. took the death penalty off the table as part of a deal with Britain for extradition and evidence. New tools for Ukraine's fight against Russia. A senior defense official tells reporters the latest U.S. aid package will include Scan Eagle surveillance drones, mine-resistant vehicles, and howitzers. The federal government warning airlines to do more to help passengers stranded by flight delays and cancellations.
Transportation Secretary Pete Buttigieg has written to the 10 largest airlines, telling them the department is contemplating options to enforce expanded rights of airline passengers. The letter urges carriers to ensure they guarantee adequate amenities and services to help passengers with expenses and inconveniences due to delays and cancellations, like meal vouchers for delays of more than 3 hours and lodging for passengers forced to wait overnight because of disruptions within the carrier's control.
Fox's Jared Halpern. In the first 6 months of this year, nearly 1/4 of domestic flights were delayed, 3% canceled. Sheriff's officials in Northern California now say 3 people were killed when 2 small planes collided yesterday while trying to land at a rural airport in Watsonville near Monterey Bay. The Santa Cruz Sheriff's Office says the FAA and NTSB are investigating. That city-owned airport does not have a control tower. America is listening to Fox News.
Every search you make, every click you take, they'll be watching you.
Are you tired of being tracked online? There's a simple solution. DuckDuckGo. It's an all-in-one privacy app with a built-in private search engine, web browser, one-click data clearing, email protection, and more, all for free. Download the app today and get the most comprehensive privacy protection with the push of a button. DuckDuckGo. Privacy simplified.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Air Comfort Service Heating and Cooling weather with Chief Meteorologist Dave Murray.
Partly sunny skies with us as we go through our Friday afternoon. Temperatures a little bit warmer, 88 for the high. Good humidity levels. Tonight, partly cloudy, 65. Saturday, partly sunny. Just keep an eye out for a couple of scattered showers and thunder showers. Mid to late afternoon, Saturday, 85. Couple of showers, thunder showers scattered about first thing in the morning on Sunday. Otherwise, partly sunny and 83. This is 97.1 FM Talk. Chief Meteorologist Dave Murray.
Discussion happens here.
Washington, D.C., the city government exists inside of this liberal vacuum where there's no outside voices involved.
On everything happening in the United States now.
Joe Biden can continue to be the president of the United States because the alternative is Kamala Harris.
Where St. Louis comes to talk.
It's something that makes Trump look bad. We're automatically running with it. We're not going to try to verify it anywhere. That's how journalism works these days.
97.1 FM Talk.
So the Retirement Advisory Group, Thomas Helbig, Bob Kershaw, the family business, right there, retirementkey.com is the website. You are working very hard to save for your retirement. You get to be about mid-50s, and it becomes more of a mental process of actually participating in your retirement other than this thing that is down the road that I hope to enjoy as much as everybody says they enjoy when they get there. You're saving, you're sacrificing. You've made decisions over the course of the decades. You've been working hard in your career and saying, you know, I'm going to set this aside for retirement and I'm not going to participate in spending this money now. Then you get to this point in your life and the economy has a lot of question marks surrounding it. You need Thomas Helbig. You need to make sure that you have the people on your team, on your side, who are going to help you prepare for a worry-free retirement. Call Thomas Helbig and schedule an appointment today at the Retirement Advisory Group, 314-993-9494. That's 314-993-9494. And start talking about the actuality of your retirement today. RetirementKey.com.
Updating your home with James Hardie Siding has never been more popular. With all the options available, you need a partner to ensure you maximize your investment. Siding Express is ready to refresh the appearance of your home or totally transform the look by installing Hardie Shake, Board and Batten, lap siding, or a stone accent to make it your dream home again. Siding Express is an elite preferred James Hardie contractor. They also carry Anderson and Marvin windows and doors. Need ideas? Go to sidingexpress.com and schedule a free, no obligation consultation today. sidingexpress.com.
Nature Valley is giving away back-to-school gear for free at the Retalk Shop. On TikTok, show how you reduce, reuse, or recycle with hashtag #RetalkForNature. And you could be served a code, unlocking one free item. While supplies last, terms and conditions apply.
If you use a smart speaker, you can listen to 97.1 easier than ever. Just tell it to play 97.1 FM Talk. Or download the Odyssey app for your phone and stream the station whenever, wherever.
That is exactly what I needed to hear.
They got someone here knows what they're talking about.
Left up, left right, gotta love this American ride.
Hey, you need to take some time to get the full picture.
Come on, turn the radio on. It's Saturday and I won't be long.
Don't get me wrong, I love the ladies. I mean, they rev my engine, but they don't belong in the newsroom. It is Anchor Man, not Anchor Lady.
What do you want from me? I'm not America's sweetheart.
Goodness sake, kid, keep your voice down. Your father's listening to the radio.
I'm not America's sweetheart.
This is the Annie Frey Show.
Happy 2:00 on a Friday. Thank you for listening in to us right now. A reminder, it's super simple to take 97.1 FM Talk, the whole Annie Frey Show, our podcasts, and all of the people who are part of the 97.1 family with you on the Odyssey app. Download the Odyssey app, AUDACY, find it, follow 97.1 FM Talk, and you'll see all of us there, and we love sharing that time with you as well. But 2:00 on Friday is a personal fave for all of us here in the studio. Rob, we've got Rob in the studio with us right now. How are you doing, Rob? Good to have you back.
Outstanding, still improving. We have Rob in studio with us today.
I'm going to be honest. I forgot what your name was.
Yeah, it's a long one.
Wait, well, I just, there's this is a little inside baseball, and I won't go long on this, but there's so much that happens in radio where I actually have to talk while I'm doing something and giving my entire attention to something else. You're nodding your head. You know what I'm talking about.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
And it's something that permeates into my off-air life, where I'll be talking to my kids and I now have the ability to completely check out of what I'm saying to my children.
yeah.
And I'll be saying the most random things like, take your shoes and put them upstairs in the refrigerator. And they look at me like, Mom. I'm like, well, you know what I mean? Just go put them in your closet. It's a bizarre thing. So while I'm working on looking at other things and I'm welcoming Rob, like a very rude host, I just forgot what his name was.
Look, you got close. You got the first 2 letters. And I want to give you credit for that. Yeah, for a long time.
Shaky there at the end of that 3-letter name.
Quick calculation says 67% of my name. So 2/3, you're fine.
I wanted to get to Digital Get Down with Rob Kramer in studio.
That's what you wanted to get to.
If you work hard and stop being bitter and busted.
I don't follow rules. I follow dogs on social media.
Real quick before we get to this, I want you to weigh in. Have you heard what our YouTube live chat poll is today?
I have not.
Which show member would be the most fun to take a road trip with? Annie, Hannah, Ryan, or Brad?
Oh, are you asking me?
Yes.
To answer?
You can and you can tell us why you would pick one of us, and you can absolutely tell us why you wouldn't pick any of us, me included.
Fair enough. Okay, well, Annie, because of your religious and political views, I feel like you would not be my. I'm just joking. Look, the look on everybody's
That's why I'm
face.
choosing Wiggins, who has the same religious and political views.
But everybody's eyes in this room right now just got big like saucers.
What?
It was fantastic. What? Okay.
It's just
I'm not going to pick who. I think I'd have a good time with all of you guys, but Wiggins and I have a very similar sense of humor. We all laugh together in this room, but Wiggins and I like really kind of crude senses of humor together, and I feel like we could put on an old recording of the Jerky Boys, like making prank phone calls back in the day, and just be laughing and snorting the whole way. Probably would cause an accident. So now that I'm talking it out loud, maybe not with Wiggins.
It ends in death. So, are you picking Wiggins?
I'm picking Wiggins.
Okay, anyway, so
yeah, big score for me. You're bringing the snacks, I'm bringing the wit.
What? I thought he was saying something else that started with a W, but anyways, we're gonna keep going on. Hey, welcome to the Digital Get Down. I'm
why
Rob
you
Kramer,
picked him?
Yeah, he's got that wit.
With a W.
Yeah.
If you would like to vote and leave your comments, like I said, you can say why you would pick somebody. You can certainly say why you wouldn't. We have thick skin. We all agreed ahead of time. We were up for this. You can go vote on the Annie Frey YouTube live chat poll and vote Annie, Brad, Wiggins, Hannah, which you would think would be the most fun to take a road trip with.
And then just comment in the feed on the YouTube video, Rob, if
Why
that's
you
really
would rather it be Rob.
if that's really your choice, which we know it is. All right. Well, I'm especially proud to start with this story today because as I was walking the hallways into the studio, we ran by walking.
Yeah.
Yes,
He hits hard H's and L's.
Okay.
That's kind of my bit.
Walking.
That would get a little old after like the first hour of the road trip.
Yeah, it's hard on the throat too. Let's see here. I walked by Trisha, and she stopped me because she saw my papers here and said, "Let me see what you're doing for show prep," because she's going to be doing. And are you okay?
Yeah, shortly, 2:45.
And sure enough, she goes, "Dang it!"
Oh, did you scoop a story?
I scooped a story, and we're going to start with that just to twist the knife a little bit more.
Love it.
Ladies and gentlemen, the U.S. Mullet Championships are underway.
No. I've heard.
They are underway, and the voting for the children's contest concludes this evening at 11:59
Can't wait.
p.m. So, I don't know. I think we talked about this before, but the mullet hairstyle from the 80s really came back with a vengeance during COVID. I think more so from a practicality standpoint. Let's have fun with this type
Your
of thing.
hair just happened to be longer because you couldn't get it cut. And then if you do go to get it cut, you're like, well, why not do something crazy on my way to a respectable, gentlemanly haircut?
So
like a mullet.
For the room, and this is not a gender question. I want everybody to.
This is not for the public, just for people in here.
Yeah, just for the room. Anybody have a mullet or have a sibling that had a mullet when they were growing up or within the past 2 years?
I didn't. When I was in grade school, mullets, I mean, I think mullets were tapering off in the early 90s. I was born in 84.
No pun intended.
Yeah, none intended. What a lot of the boys in my class had were rat tails.
Oh, I remember those.
Do you know what I'm talking about?
No.
Oh, yes.
You do?
Yep.
Hannah, you don't?
No.
You would have like a normal haircut, and then you would grow out like the bottom center of your hair in a tail.
in this little gully in your neck right here.
Yeah.
Just hair filling that.
About 6 inches.
You just let it grow.
No. Just like a rat tail. I think that is the anatomical correct word for that. The gully.
Gully. Yeah. Pulled that from Fern Gully.
Who knew?
Great
My
flick.
favorite film.
Great flick. We could put the audio of that on in the road trip that we take together.
We should just do that for a couple hours here. Play Fern Gully.
Kind of are. Anybody here have a mullet? Did you ever have a mullet?
No, never. And my mom
You
would
did?
not let me have a rat tail or anything either.
Because she's a respectable woman.
Yeah, she's a wonderful woman.
How did you grow up in Collinsville and not have a rat tail?
I know, it's amazing.
Ooh, shots fired.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah, that's against everybody who lives in the town, though. So
I
you're
know.
going to have a whole bunch of people coming after you now.
Well, they're not voting for me anyway, so.
now it's time. Now you get the real
Now
Brad.
it's on.
What about you? Did you?
No,
Wait, Brad, you said you did.
I did. I was probably 4 or 5 years old.
Yeah.
And the only reason I know that I had it because I was looking back at a picture and I was like,
Hey, what did you do to me?
What did you do?
Were you riding a four-wheeler?
But it was like, it was, no.
Marlboro
it wasn't that
Red.
Cool.
I think the last time mullets came up right now, Brian, you said you were going to work on a skullet.
Oh, yeah. I say a lot of things, though, you know?
Where's the skullet?
I'm working on it.
Not
I haven't
really.
shaved my neck in a while, so that'll get kind of gross soon.
Brother.
Yeah.
So
There's an image.
there's a children's division. The voting is all online,
Uh-huh.
and man, the pictures are miraculous. I know this is great radio, but you should go to the website. It's mulletchamp.com, and there's some amazing ones. Real quickly, my favorite style is Landry from Duncan, Oklahoma. He's got an American flag kind of
Nice.
shaved into the side of his
Hey,
hair.
that is our people.
So Duncan is doing real well. There's also some amazing names, and this is going to be another digital get down conversation for the future. But some of these millennial parents that are naming their children are getting a little, out of line, for my opinion. But the two favorite names, though, they should get a consolation prize
Of the children?
of the children.
Not like of their.
Correct.
They're not
They haven't-
naming their hair.
They haven't named their
Okay.
mullets that
They're
I
not
know.
like that's not possible.
There's a
No,
kid-
that is possible.
Yeah.
If a female gets one, it's called a femulet.
Don't encourage him.
So bad.
Epic from La Jolla, Texas. I think maybe it's La Jolla, but I don't think it's pronounced that way. Epic, and then Rustin from Pocahontas, Arkansas are my favorite names. Missourians, stand up, sigh of relief, put your hands in the air. You have 4 children from the state of Missouri out of, I think, 20. So doing the math at home, a solid 20% representation here. Cash from Catwissa. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that correctly. Nolan from Festus. Bowden from Carthage.
Oh, so we can vote for some local kids?
Yeah, 4 of them. And then Xander from Connect. I think I'm pronouncing that correctly. The voting ends tonight for the week-long $2,500 to the winning child with the best mullet in these United States of America.
Mulletchamp.com. Let's go vote. I'm going to put the URL in the live chat here, and I'll try to tweet it out after the show. But let's go support our hometown mullets.
I'm a little
home state mullets.
Home state mullets.
I'm a little upset that this is just for kids.
There is
No,
an
he said
adult
it's a
version
kid
as well.
division.
Good.
There's
Okay.
just a child division.
Okay.
Yes. $2,500 to the winning kid for the best mullet. And they're great.
25 grand?
They put that in a
2,500.
trust. They put that in a trust so the kid can retire.
Oh, they go get a nice haircut.
Really nice haircut.
Lovely. Man.
Man.
I will say that as somebody who was around mullets growing up, my husband always was incredible, stop and stare fascinated by mullets. Like if he saw one, it's like a moth to the flame. He just thinks that they're the funniest, greatest thing ever. But I'm talking 15 years ago when you'd see one in the wild every once in a while, but it was somebody who hadn't let go yet. It wasn't the way it is right now. It wasn't the trend. It was like, you are committed and we respect you for your dedication to this. He had a t-shirt. It was a Mountain Dew t-shirt, except for it said Mullet Dew.
Yeah.
Sweet. Has anybody ever heard the folklore that the word mullet was invented by the Beastie Boys or something? Have you heard this?
No.
Yeah, I guess maybe in some song. I've never really verified that. But back when I was a kid, it wasn't called a mullet. People just called them standard hockey player haircut or something like that,
That's interesting. My Hannah, just for a little bit more education on the rat tail.
Oh, okay.
My younger brother, 11
Can't
years
have
younger,
too much.
Andrew, the back of his hair at the where the hairline meets the neck the hair like grew sideways as opposed to down. So it was like a delta for his hair. He would just get a fresh haircut, and instantly, if the breeze were to come by his hair, the rat tail starts emerging. And so when he was a little kid, he hated it. And I'd say, well, you're the leader of the rats, and all I need to do is go behind you and just pull on that rat tail a little bit, and it sends a signal out to all your rat friends in the sewer to emerge
so
to the
sweet
streets.
of you.
He'd start crying.
Such a brother thing to do. I remember some boys in my class, I won't name them because some of them I know that they or their families listen to the show, had epic rat tails curled out of their hair. The bag of like, man.
That's the rat call.
It was something special to see. What else you got?
Today is National Aviation Day. National Aviation Day. So thank you.
Joe Biden should be pretty excited. Have you seen that he was in some, I can't remember what the fashion publication was, but the aviators are back.
Oh, sure. Yeah. He likes to rock the aviators.
They're referring to him as the Phoenix.
Oh my gosh.
Like it's not going to happen.
No.
Like that. You're not going to make that part work.
No.
St. Louis has a rich aviation history, as we all know. Charles Lindbergh, Spirit of St. Louis, one of the biggest hubs for the Air Force and just warplanes during World War II in general. Little known fact that I thought was interesting. I hadn't heard of it. It's actually fascinating. Did you know that the Spirit of St. Louis airplane that Lindbergh flew the first transatlantic flight with had no windshield that was visible?
Yes.
Like you couldn't see through there's a windshield there, but you couldn't see through it. He used a periscope off the side of the plane that entire flight to see. Isn't that crazy? You want to hear the top 5 worst airports in the country for National Aviation Day?
Yeah.
Philadelphia Airport, number 5. These are the worst airports in the country, according to.
I haven't been to that airport. Is it mean just like the way?
It was a poll done. Is it Frommer's? Is the travel guide?
I think that's right.
I think it's Frommer's.
Ones that people just don't want to be in.
Right. Yeah. And Philadelphia's biggest reason was not actually the airport, even though it's kind of decrepit, was they're always doing construction on the major thoroughfare to get to the airport. So they say you have to anticipate at least an hour of traffic beyond what Google tells you normally to get there. So a lot of people have anxiety about getting to the airport early enough, right? With TSA checks and whatnot. So that's their biggest knock.
O'Hare has got to be on there.
Number 4. Great job. Ding, ding, ding.
Which is the one in New York that's bad?
LaGuardia?
LaGuardia is number 2, just in front of Los Angeles. LAX at 3.
LAX is awful.
I've been through LAX. I don't remember being terrible. It's just huge.
Yeah, I think that's probably part of the reason.
Yeah.
It's just too big. And then another New York area, but not in New York State, is Newark Liberty International in Jersey, coming up as the worst airport in these United States of America.
Top whatever list that St. Louis didn't make, that top terrible list. We're not on it.
We are on the mullet list, not on the worst airplane list.
Well done, St. Louis. Good job.
Stay classy, St. Louis.
Stay classy. Anything else now, or should we come back?
Let's pay some bills. Streaming services are getting into more streaming wars. And what did HBO Max drop 200 episodes of last night?
I heard that HBO Max was cutting some things.
And it's going to upset some parents. We'll talk about it.
All right. Stick around. We're going to talk about that when we come back. A reminder, the Annie Frey YouTube live chat poll. You got to get your vote in. We're going to have the results with Hannah here in the 2:45 segments, about 25 minutes from now. Which show member would be the most fun to take a road trip with? Annie, Brad, Wiggins, or Hannah? And I got to tell you, as I've been reading through the comments today, you guys are changing your minds multiple times based on different moments in the show. So if you need to vote more than once and you got more than one Gmail account or whatever, go log in and vote again. We'll be right back with more from the Digital Get Down and Rob Kramer in a minute. Don't go away.
You're listening to the Annie Frey Show. Find the podcast, on-demand audio, and more at 971talk.com/Annie. Free speech is alive. Right here at the frequency of 97.1. It's where St. Louis comes to talk. Freely. 97.1 FM Talk.
So Slim 180 online at myslim180.com. These are good people that know how to help you lose the weight. And I think that there are people on all over the weight loss spectrum. There are people who have tried everything. There are also people who have never tried anything. You think this is who I am and I can't lose the weight. Maybe your doctor has suggested it from time to time. I think that your weight right now has a lot more to do with your overall health and a lot less to do with the number on the scale. getting healthy, as we have learned in the last few years, can help you in a whole lot of obvious other ways. And Slim 180 is a great opportunity for you to talk to them, to ask them about how they can help you lose weight. You can ask them what I did to lose weight, and 22 pounds in a month. That's what I was able to drop on the HCG program with Slim 180. They have multiple programs as well that they can customize to fit your needs, to fit your goals, and you can get losing weight right now. For their locations and their hours, go online to myslim180.com.
Surprise! Surprise! You know, surprise parties, they can be fun, right? Well, financial surprises, not so much, especially when you're retired, like finding out you owe more in taxes than you thought you would, or having to go back to work to make ends meet. Maybe you think you'll be okay, but why not double check just to be sure? Call Marvin Mitchell at Compass Retirement Solutions and schedule a retirement double check. Marvin and his team have been helping families plan for retirement for more than 15 years. Call 314-373-1598 to schedule your retirement double check with Marvin Mitchell at Compass Retirement Solutions. That's 314-373-1598. Don't let a financial surprise derail your retirement dreams. Give Marvin and the team a call, 314-373-1598. Firm offers insurance services, investments, and services offered through Compass Retirement Group, a registered investment advisory in Missouri and in Illinois.
Synanon was the world's first drug rehab. People called it the miracle on the beach. But soon, people were calling it something else. They were saying it was a violent cult. Listen to The Sunshine Place, a creation and presentation of C13 Originals, a Cadence 13 studio. Executive produced with Susan Downey and Robert Downey Jr. Available for free on the Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Have you been waiting for the perfect time to get your Missouri medical marijuana card? Today is the day at 420id.com. Dispensaries are open and inventory is in. 420id.com is a BBB accredited business with over 16,000 happy Missouri patients. If we can't approve you, you pay nothing at 420id.com. Open late every day until 9 p.m. Sign up for your Missouri medical marijuana card now at 420id.com and use promo code RADIO for $30 off today.
It's time for a $98 AC tune-up.
For details and a list of all station contest rules, visit www.971talk.com/rules.
Mr. Worldwide to infinity. You know the roof on fire. We go boogie, oogie, oogie, jiggle, wiggle, and dance like the roof on fire. We go drink drinks and take shots until we fall out like the roof on fire. Now, baby, get my booty naked.
Welcome back to the Annie Frey Show. Very glad that you are here right now. Well done.
Power through.
Yeah, there's so many. I mean, as the Annie Frey Show, I feel like I want this show to be about the values and the morals that are important to me. I want it to be a safe place. There's some really good songs out there that I want to play, and sometimes I just balk on it. We talked about the thong song about this time last week.
Yeah, we did.
I love that song.
Yeah,
the morals.
I was really just talking about Total Request Live.
It's a classic song.
But you went really in on the thong song.
No, I think that it's a hard song to dislike because it's a really, really catchy song. But what do I do with it?
I don't know.
Gotta listen to it.
That you have never heard it?
I don't think so.
Oh,
what?
Unbelievable.
I don't think so.
You didn't say that last week.
Oh man.
That song represents a period of time for probably most of us in this room.
Oh my gosh. A coming of age time, you might say.
And you would guess rightly that I hated it just because it was popular.
Yeah.
I do not remember the song
But I bet
almost
if
at
it
all.
came on the radio, you'd smile
Be like,
and
oh,
look
yeah,
at your
I remember
radio.
this. Yeah, because that happens.
That thong.
Yeah.
No, now I remember it and I still hate it.
All right.
Let me see that.
Back to the digital get down. What do you got for us, Robert?
So along those same lines, do you guys remember the song by Khalees, Milkshake?
That milkshake
Yes.
brings all the boys to the yard.
And they're like, it's better than yours.
Yeah,
dang right. It's better than yours. I could teach you.
But I have to charge.
It's
It's kind of a weird sentiment.
I sing that song all the time. To
So
random people.
that one was really
Does your
popular.
milkshake bring all the boys to the yard?
It's factual for me. I'm
Then-
just stating it.
What do you do after that happens?
Yeah, we just play in the yard. All the boys are there, so might as well play.
Might as well play.
Pick up baseball game, you know.
Yeah.
There is a
Just play some flag football.
there's
with
a
the boys.
There's a younger player for the New York Mets who is a very large individual, like kind of like the bowling ball, kind of like caricature type thing. He has chosen Milkshake.
I know who it is.
As his walk-up song.
That's fantastic.
And it makes the stadium go crazy. Everybody's laughing, and he just is flat-faced, just like Stonewall walks up to the plate. And it's amazing.
Yes. Yeah, I know. I'm A-okay with that.
It's Ryan Vogelsong, isn't it?
Vogelsong, exactly.
Remember him
right.
from the Brewers, the big guy that looks like he should play softball instead of baseball?
Did he get traded this year?
He got traded on the trade deadline.
Yeah, I didn't know that he was. I know who you're talking about, but I thought that he was still with the Brewers.
So he has chosen Milkshake as his walk-up song now.
That's fantastic.
Everybody loves.
Don't you hear that and you're like, I want to hang out with that person?
Yeah, of course.
I wanted to hang out with him before that.
Yeah, he's my backup.
Just because his name is Ryan.
Yep. Do we have that audio that I sent you guys ready?
Yeah, should I just fire it off right now?
Well, just as not yet. But happy 2-year anniversary to Tom Brenneman. We talked about this on the Digital Get Down a couple of weeks ago. To remind you, Tom Brenneman is the former Cincinnati Reds TV play-by-play host that was on a hot mic talking disparagingly about Kansas City, where he said it was the FAG capital of the world. And again, it was live on the television.
Yeah, it was terrible.
And then during the game, you just see this guy like realize that his life is coming to an end as he knows it. And he's kind of having a moment live on the broadcast. And this is
I pride myself and think of myself as a man of faith. As there's a drive in a deep left field by Castellanos, it will be a home run. And so that'll make it a 4-0 ball game. I don't know if I'm going to be putting on this headset again. I don't know if it's going to be for the Reds. I don't know if it's going to be for my bosses at Fox. I want to apologize for the people.
So that's a home run call.
That's so what it has turned into on the internet, especially Twitter, is people will start talking about something super serious or important, or we haven't had a lack of that over the past 3-4 years. And then instantly break off to saying it's a deep fly ball into left field.
That home run call, like of all of the things to happen in that moment, for there to have to be a home run that you have to identify, a run scored. I mean, a home run call is supposed to be exciting. It's
¡Vámonos! Jardín izquierdo para atrás, el jardinero para atrás. El Grand Slam número
Quite the
16.
contrast there, huh?
I love it.
Cuadrangular 690. La historia, José Alberto Pujols. Esta máquina no.
So that was Albert Pujols' grand slam in the third inning yesterday. That's the Spanish broadcast, which is Benji Molina.
Benji Molina and Polo Ascenso
are on that call, and every time, what?
Benji does color, I would imagine.
I think so, yeah.
Got it.
But every time, I follow Benji Molina on Twitter, and every time there is a Yachty or a Pujols or something like that, a big call like that, they always post the Spanish version. I always listen to the whole thing.
It's so great.
It could be a 4-minute clip, and I can understand arriba. That's the only word that I understand.
Just raw emotion.
And I'm like, it still feels the same to me.
Mm-hmm.
It's in Spanish, but I know all of this. I relate to it, and I just love the excitement. That's a deep fly ball out in the right field.
That it's going to make it 4-0.
Yeah.
It was like listening to the AI version of
it was.
Pujols Grand Slam.
You have stumbled into sound.
You stumbled into sound. Hits one deep. Pujols Grand Slam number 690. Grand
Fantastic.
Slam for Pujols.
I'm fired.
I stole this intro, so I'm fully admitting it right now. But this next segment is brought to you by the letters G-O-N and E.
Okay.
Because HBO Max has purged over 200 older episodes of the classic children's show Sesame Street off of its servers as of last night.
Oh, for reasons? Or just because a contract's expiring or something?
So, because I think we talked about this last time, HBO is considering, if not fully finalized now, that they're going to be consolidating with Paramount Plus as a streaming service.
I didn't know that.
Next summer in 23. HBO Max, as of now, is going to cease to exist, and it's all going to be funneled under the Paramount Plus umbrella. And they're starting to look, their accountants, the bean counters, are starting to look at which contracts they have for, so if you don't know how kind of streaming works, a lot of times there's based off of how many streams it happens. So Netflix, after a couple of episodes, without you engaging with the controller, will ask you, are you still watching?
Yeah.
Reason being, most of their contracts are per stream. When Nelly got in trouble a couple of years ago with the IRS and was going through those bankruptcy things, a lot of people were trying to rally the troops and saying, listen to his music on Spotify, because the more often that the tracks play on Spotify, the more money the artists get paid.
Okay, yeah.
So I think that's part of the reason is you've got HBO Max, you've got Paramount Plus. There's probably a lot of crossover as far as contracts are concerned. And they're trying to lighten the load a little bit before they consolidate all of it together.
So you probably didn't see this going this way, but in your house, you've got little kids, Ryan. Do you guys watch Sesame Street in your house?
We never have.
We don't either.
And I grew up on it.
I'm not interested in allowing my kids to watch Sesame Street.
Really?
They've taken too many liberties to try to do like social issues.
Yep.
And it's not so much like I've seen some of them. And, if your message is to treat everybody with kindness, that's a message I can get behind. But I'm teaching that to my kids myself.
Sure.
I'd rather you teach my kids their colors and their shapes and their, maybe some simple counting things to stick to that. And I'm going to be honest, in my household, if Sesame Street's going to be on for 30 minutes, it's not so that I can sit down and engage with my kid watching Sesame Street together. It's because we're cooking dinner or I'm helping a kid with homework or something like that. And Sesame Street is on. And if I have to sit there, it takes about 2 times for me to go, what is that in there? For me to say, you're not watching that anymore, because I can't, it's their responsibility to put out content that I feel safe with. And it's my responsibility to know that the content my kids are watching is safe for my kids. That doesn't mean that your family, Rob, that if you had dozens of kids, that you might not be like, Sesame Street is our go-to and I love everything about it. Produce the content that you want to produce. But if I don't feel like it's right for my kids in my home and you break my trust a couple times trying to move in the direction of something social that I just don't want my kids to be having that conversation, then it's just out. And there's a lot of things on PBS that I've just said no.
It's actually kind of awkward because if we ever have a child, my wife and I, part of our birthing plan is that I will be dressed in a full Grover costume upon, meeting the child for the first time.
This does not sound like you're making this up.
The welcome wagon.
This sounds like you've thought this through.
Remember, he said he wants to road trip with you because you're the most alike.
That's true. If you wear the costume, though, I would get a huge kick out of that. The whole time, I'll just ask you questions about Grover as if you were really
This
Grover.
is really interesting from STL posting on the Annie Frey YouTube channel right now. Sesame Street in the 1970s was wonderful. I almost think, I don't know how deep the episodes on HBO Max were, but I would be probably pretty willing to go back to the 80s and the 90s and be like, watch those.
Yeah, there are books now. You've done this that I'm like, well, when was this book made? So I don't have to, and because the older they get, the more they're reading longer books. So you can't just sit there and read every book they're reading.
For sure.
So I'm like, okay, was this made pre-2005? If so,
yeah. When did we lose our mind?
Yeah, I don't know.
Well, I don't know exactly when Sesame Street started, but I have the seasons in front of me, so I'm not sure which year they coincide with necessarily. But the only seasons that are still remaining on the streaming platform HBO Max right now is seasons 1, 5, 7, and then all of the seasons from all of the installments from season 39 to 52. So a lot of the early stuff was taken off. And obviously it's, look at the 70s, it's probably around the time that it started. So
STL also says most dangerous character was the Count. Excellent teaching on counting. Not much else. Safe. That's the childhood that we grew up with in the 80s.
In the later episodes, you had to worry that he was going to just chomp into somebody's neck.
Yeah.
Go at him.
For whatever particular reason. You just didn't know.
Yeah,
but everybody knows 1, 2 cookies.
Yeah.
I don't know if everybody still knows that though. Does he still do that?
I think he still counts, but the cookies.
I would
be
hope
weird if-
so.
Yeah, I
It'd be
think
weird
he
if he did
does.
something else.
But is Cookie Monster still the Cookie Monster?
I don't know if
I think he's eating veggies more.
Yeah.
What a lame change.
I think they backed off of that though. I think they went back to allowing him to eat cookies, but I don't know that.
They did not have him not eating
this
cookies.
is real.
Yeah.
What?
There's broccoli involved.
Yes. Yeah. But his name's the Cookie Monster. Like, you got to be kidding me.
That's so Michelle
What are you going to
Obama.
do? Yeah, that's
If
crazy.
the Count's not counting anymore, I think they can do whatever they want.
Let's go to the Count. Oh my gosh, his face just covered in blood.
Do you think they'll touch on, with all the social issues they've been touching on, do you think they'll go with monkeypox next because of the blood sucking and the transfer of monkeypox because of blood? Like, that would make a lot of sense.
would
No, I do, Rob.
not.
I think that.
I'm going to write a strongly
This is
worded
what
letter.
happens. You guys do take the road trip. You do a podcast. You call it off-road because that's the point with which you start. Make it so.
You're
See
like
what I
a
did
marketing genius. Actually, I think it should be spent the entire time with a Rolodex of executives at different public, institutions like PBS and, the 9 Network here locally. And we can just constantly leave voicemails of our opinions on how they should change or tweak their programming to appease us and only us.
Yeah.
And we can only drive on the shoulder the whole time.
You're going to need Brad to come along with you so we can change your tires halfway through. All right.
And to cut mullets for us, too.
No kidding. To go vote on the Annie Frey YouTube live chat poll, this is your last chance to get your vote in. Which show member would be the most fun to take a road trip with? Annie, Brad, Wiggins, or Hannah? Results when we come back. Don't go away.
The Annie Frey Show is streaming online. Watch us live on YouTube and subscribe. The Mark Cox Morning Show.
Missouri law banning sexually explicit material in schools. Senator Rick Bratton.
And it would literally blow your mind, ladies and gentlemen, if you're a parent, to know what these school districts are authorizing.
Weekday mornings 5 to 9.
AirComfortService.com, the website for you to go get in your comfort zone. If you are out of your comfort zone, you boys knock it off right now. Corey Malone wants me to talk about Air Comfort Service.
We can.
And you know that Corey Malone wants me to talk about Air Comfort Service.
Sorry, Corey.
That's right. A vocal public apology.
I'm sorry too, Corey.
You said that like Hannah said, Dan McLaughlin, before and got the question right. Well, I currently am not in my comfort zone, but that's because Ryan Wiggins is here, and I don't know if Corey can help me with that. However, if you are too hot in your house when the summer months are here, or if you know that your furnace wasn't doing the trick, you can't afford right now, nobody can afford right now to be running their HVAC systems more than they need to because the energy prices are so high. Make sure that you reach out to Air Comfort Service to talk to them about the tune-up on your furnace, about making sure your air conditioner is working in good working order. If you need to have maintenance done, they can help you with scheduled maintenance to make sure you postpone any of those high dollar repairs that might come your way if you don't attend to your HVAC system. You can call them at 314-513-0091. That's 314-513-0091. You can visit them online at aircomfortservice.com.
Hi, this is Jessica Munganess. Stop by Dave Munganess St. Louis Honda to reserve your new 2022 Honda and never pay a cent over sticker. We also have a great selection of Honda True Used vehicles available on South Lindbergh that come with a comprehensive warranty and even have a 3-day exchange policy if you're not completely satisfied. It's the very best way to buy a pre-owned vehicle. So isn't it time you see the Munganess difference at Dave Munganess St. Louis Honda and our pre-owned centers? DaveMunganess.com since 1965.
If you're planning to sell your home in the St. Louis area, now may be the best time to capture the highest sale value before the market changes. Mark Cox here, and according to industry experts, the real estate market has shifted. Gloria Liu with Your Home Sold Guaranteed Realty agrees with that. She also has options to help every type of home seller because she understands every situation's different. If you need to sell your home fast, but you're worried about finding the next home, Gloria has the answers and the solutions. She has an instant cash offer program that gives you above market cash offers. No showings, no hassles. You pick the closing date, even up to a year, giving you the cash and the time you need to find that next home. Call Gloria today about that instant cash offer and her guarantees and her other options that'll help you sell fast for the most money. Call 314-325-6888. That's 314-325-6888 or visit GloriaHasTheBuyers.com.
We're all on this planet together, so join Odyssey and find your one thing. Improve your gas mileage by properly inflating tires and taking your car in for a tune-up. Join Odyssey, and together, each of us doing one thing makes a greener tomorrow. What's your one thing?
You're listening to the Annie Frey Show live from the Air Comfort Service Heating and Cooling Studio. Get your HVAC system ready for summer with a cooling system check included with all maintenance plans from Air Comfort Service. Maintenance plans start at $15 per month. To get into your comfort zone, visit aircomfortservice.com.
Back in the car and back on the road. We're with you. Dependable traffic with Sue Thomas. Driven by Ambassador Midwest Floor Company. The best way to deal with in-home traffic. Experience more at Ambassador Midwest Floor. This is the Annie Frey Show.
My baby's always dancing and wouldn't be a bad thing, but I don't get no loving.
Well, welcome back to the Annie Frey Show. It's been one for the ages here. I'm really excited to get to. You have starred 52 comments.
I've never starred this many comments in the history of the YouTube poll.
So thank you everybody who's participating on the Annie Frey YouTube channel. We do this every day with a poll. This one's a little less political than they generally speaking are, or news centered. The poll today, the YouTube live chat poll, is which show member would be the most fun to take a road trip with? Annie, Brad, Wiggins, or Hannah? And the person who is going to make the in-studio decisive decision finally on who is the best person in here. Trisha, welcome into the studio.
Yay, Trisha!
Okay, let's take real quick here. Let's in like 10 seconds. Ryan, why are you the most fun to go on a road trip with?
Because if you don't choose me, you got to deal with me more off air than the other guy.
But if I do choose you, I have to deal with you more in a car for long periods.
Gosh, you're quite a quagmire there.
No, what am I going to do? Brad, your pitch.
I will drive the whole trip if you don't like to drive, but I'm pretty easygoing, and I will make your road trip and just be along for the fun.
He's like Mr. You remind me of what's that Love Connection, the 2 and 2? It's like where they would have one contestant and they'd have 3 people pitching like why you should go out with me. I'll make it all about you. For me, I would say great music, great conversation, fun snacks.
Snacks.
Let you drive if you want to, but can do the night driving myself.
Country music.
Okay.
AC and windows at the same time.
Oh, yeah.
I can chat, but I also can sleep.
While driving?
Yes.
Part of Hannah's charm is she'll just not talk.
Yeah. So if you want silence, I can do silence.
Will either of you ladies drive the whole time? Because that was Brad's selling point for me.
Ooh, look at this counter. Look at what she's done here. She's pitting you guys against each other.
I would drive the whole time.
Okay,
Right.
ladies.
I'm sorry, we already ruled you out the whole long periods of time in a car.
No, I would say I absolutely don't mind driving all the time, but if the other person wants to drive, I'm okay with that. I do need to sit in the front seat though. But in a road trip, I get car sick in the back.
I'm renting an RV. You can sit in the back. I'm driving.
I don't like the way you said that. I didn't like your tone.
Is there a divider in the
uncomfortable?
Yeah.
I can't even do it.
There's no divider.
There's no divider.
No.
Okay, then I'm still going with these ladies. Whichever one of these ladies is going to drive, those sound like the best sell to me.
You pick?
I mean, you can't go wrong.
I'm going to go with Annie only because she didn't specify country music, and I love you,
But
Hannah.
not country music.
But I couldn't do all country music the whole time.
All right, that's fair.
That AC window thing was that was a real high point to that.
Hannah,
sell, too.
I could do all country music all the time with you though.
Okay,
You know
this
what
feels like
stinks,
a bait
though?
and switch.
In my RV.
I didn't have to be. I'm more of like a 90s, 2000s pop rock.
There we go.
Type of stuff.
Yeah, I'm going with Annie.
In the back of my RV,
Sorry, Brad.
Bruce
You were-
Springsteen.
Nobody wants.
Not the music.
Not the music.
He's there.
He's there.
Wow.
The guy.
Yep.
He's bound.
He's there.
Blindfolded.
Yeah.
But
Chained up.
Yeah, he's been tied up. There's no doubt. I can't afford him.
Can Bruce and I still hear you?
Yeah, I mean it's no.
yeah, he's screaming for help.
Yeah. Well, what we've done is there is no divider, but we have put up one of those little fold out things, that people change behind.
Yes.
We put up one of those, so you can probably still hear me, but you can't see me.
And I'll have
grief.
Bruce Springsteen back there.
And
All right.
Bruce Springsteen's back
Let's
there.
real quick. We got about 5 minutes to get to some of the comments. We'll get to the poll results after. Are you okay? But Hannah, why don't you highlight real quick some of your favorite comments as they continue to pile
Oh my
in?
goodness. I've never starred this many. Let's see here. Becky from YouTube says, I choose Brad for the road trip because he said he would drive the whole time. I love to ride, not a fan of driving. Perfect road trip buddy for me.
Brad.
Chad Williams from YouTube
Perfect.
says, Wiggins is my pick, but we'd have to bring along some tranquilizers with us just in case he'd get a little too
Wait, he's shooting me with the
wound up.
tranquilizer?
Yeah,
I thought he was saying he was
hopefully
just
you're
going to
not
pass
driving.
out.
No.
Okay, I'm
That's
fine
a
with that,
different
Chad.
person.
You can shoot me with whatever. Please make it a blow dart. I've always wanted to get shot with a blow dart.
In your butt cheek.
Anywhere. I want to be running away from something, and then all of a sudden, oh my gosh, and then I pass out and I wake up somewhere else.
Jeff from YouTube says, I voted Annie on the poll due to she's a mom and will pack all of the snacks.
Let's roll, Jeff. We can make it happen.
All right. Joseph from YouTube says, I voted for Hannah. It's because of her personality.
Why'd you take a deep breath and a pause, dramatic pause before that comment? All
Yeah.
right, here's the correct answer.
All right, guys.
Make sure the radio resets its compression so that it gets this one fully.
Hannah's sister commented before and did not pick Hannah.
Yeah. Oh, let me find
Yeah, she picked
another
me.
comment that made me.
What about me? What about Rob? Where are
They-
my fans?
When you came into the studio, there were people saying we need Rob in this poll. So.
Not a lot though.
That's okay.
Mr. Wonderful's aunt commented and said, "I'm totally torn. Sorry, Hannah.
Oh, Kate.
I just house sat for you. Thanks."
Was she was on a road trip with me.
Yeah.
By the way, that's a really nice way to talking about ugly people is by saying great personality. So you might want to ask that person what they're trying
Hannah
to really
is hideous.
say.
You should see her on the YouTube. She's just very hard to look at.
Because of her personality. Oh, whatever.
She seems to have a good personality.
Yeah.
I seriously have never starred this many comments. I can't wait to see the final results.
Awesome. All right. Well, are you ready for Annie? Are you okay? All right. Just take it away. What do you got, Trisha?
All right. So Rob scooped my mullet story.
We heard he was really proud of it.
I don't know what you're talking about at all.
He did right out the gate.
He led with it.
Annie, are you okay with kids and mullets?
Yeah, I'm okay with it. But we talked about this a little bit off air, but just to add to the element of how popular mullets are right now, it's important to note that especially the young folks, the high school age kids who are wearing mullets right now, you're young and you're cute and your body is still working for you, not against you. So you can do whatever you want, as is evident by the fact that 90s fashion has come back in. It was bad then. It's still bad now.
Terrible.
But you're young and beautiful, and that looks good on you because you inherently just look good because you're still young and beautiful. So wear whatever you want. Enjoy it. It's all downhill from there.
You look silly.
The young and the beautiful become the bold and the beautiful.
Look silly.
And the ones with great personalities.
Yeah, great personality on those bold and beautifuls.
What are we talking about?
I don't,
The soap opera?
I don't know. Yeah, we are.
Are we talking about Cardi B's B-sides?
Yeah.
From earlier
we
in the-
can.
in the-
We can if you want to.
I don't know. It's Ryan. It's just where he goes with things.
All right, baby mullets we're okay with.
Yeah,
How
let's do it.
about Papa John's introducing new pizza bowls? You guys talked
No,
about this yet?
I don't know about this.
Nope.
All right, just topping, no crust. Papa Bowl comes in 3 varieties: garden veggie, chicken Alfredo, and Italian meats trio.
Brad is emphatically nodding in here right now. He's like, I know about these.
I know about these.
Are they? Have you had one?
No, but that
Is it
like,
in your future?
No, because chicken Alfredo. It just sounds like a pasta bowl.
It is sauce, so
Uh-huh.
Alfredo sauce in the chicken Alfredo, or pizza sauce, cheese, and then toppings in a bowl. No crust.
Nope.
I can't believe this is
Crustless-
actually happening.
Crustless pizza. It's happening right now, currently for the company's loyalty members this week, and then next week for
You have
$7.99.
exclusive access to these.
Yeah.
Everybody in this room.
How do
can
you
purchase
achieve
one.
that level of status?
Papa John's Plus.
They made that dish up as a joke for the movie The Jerk with Steve Martin.
And then introduced it 30
Yeah,
years later.
He's sitting there
gonna be
talking to
honest,
Bernadette
though.
Peters and goes, the old cup of pizza place was great. You remember that?
I don't think that sounds bad though. I don't know that
I'd
I'm
have
like
to try
seeking
it.
it out, but if you scraped all the toppings off a piece of pizza, that'd still be good.
Yeah, a bunch of cheese and meat, sauce. I don't know what I'm complaining about.
I was gonna say, I know we're hating on this kind of sort of, but actually I'm kind of okay with it in the sense that it is what you're, I don't know.
Yeah, as long as you don't have to eat it with
You're
a
just
fork or
using the
something.
crust to get that in your mouth anyway. So
Just smash it into your face. See what happens.
There's so many good sound bites in this little
I was just
segment.
gonna say, what are we talking
So
about
many
right
good
now?
ones.
He's just gonna pull the whole hour around.
Yeah, gosh. I'm
Man.
gonna have so much fun. with
I'm
this.
so happy that
Yes,
this
please.
was
Thank
my
you.
last show. I'm really happy about
We're
that.
talking about the cast members of The Bold and the Beautiful eating pizza bowls with no fork. That's
Pinky
what we're
out.
talking about.
Pinky out.
Oh.
Pinky out.
Do I need to hit the dump button?
No.
People can infer a lot, but it's up to them.
You're so tiny. Do I need like the dump button is generally something in radio. If you have to hit it, you are smashing that button.
Yeah, you're
Like,
going, uh-oh.
reaching for it. And Hannah's very tentatively
You know,
prepared to do it in case things go really off the rails.
Hannah's probably a perfect person to sit in the exit row on an airplane, where they come and ask you, are are you capable of helping people in the event of an emergency? All right, everybody, I realize that we've lost the engine and
She's gonna be a very calming
quickly
factor.
descending through to the Atlantic Ocean, but don't worry, once we land, the rafts will inflate.
Pretty
Listen,
soon I'm
everybody.
gonna hit the dump button. We're gonna fall out of the plane.
The wings are gone, but I have high hopes that we're going to land really close to an
And
island.
if you guys will all please be quiet, my Kenny Chesney is playing on my iPod and you can't hear it because I'm trying to calm you down.
Oh man. Oh. Well, I'm okay with pizza bowls.
Cool. How about
Cool, pizza bowls. Yeah.
Yeah.
Rock and roll pizza bowls, everybody.
right on. How about Miller High Life introducing ice cream that tastes like a dive bar?
Tastes like a bar?
A new novelty
A
ice
dive
cream
bar.
product is actually meant to recall the flavor of peanut shells on a bar floor. Miller High Life has partnered with Tipsy Scoop, maker of alcohol-infused ice cream, to create the ice cream dive bar. The product combines beer, peanut swirls, tobacco smoke flavor, caramel, and dark chocolate dip. The peanut swirls are designed to mimic the shells on the floor, and it's in honor of their 100th anniversary. These ice cream bars will contain 5% alcohol, and a 6-pack will cost you $36. Annie, are you okay with Dive Bar flavored ice cream?
I'd probably try it.
Who eats peanut shells off the floor of a bar?
I don't know that you have to.
is.
Yeah, I don't know if you have to eat those, but I like the whole. It's a whole. I hate this phrase. It's a whole vibe.
It is. Peanut swirl, tobacco smoke flavor, caramel, and dark chocolate dip.
We tried
And
all
beer.
those. We tried all those ice cream flavors that day made me sick. We only had bites of them, and by the end of the show, it's like
terrible.
I'm not well. I didn't even eat the pizza one. I can't even tell you on the air what it visually looked like to me, which is what turned me off to looking at it. But it was. Ugh.
It tasted good. The texture was
Very
nauseating. It made me
bizarre.
sick.
But the,
Yeah.
the mac and cheese one for sure tasted like Kraft mac and cheese. It was a super weird thing. But I was glad I tried it. I'd probably try that. As long as it doesn't actually
What
have.
did you actually get sick of when we were eating it or trying some food in here? I remember you actually were like,
I think it was the
"You're
ice
not
cream.
well." Was
Yeah,
it that?
I think it was the ice cream.
I was I was sick after the ice cream, but we had that hot jelly bean day. Didn't we
Yeah.
have a hot
Oh,
jelly
that's
bean
what
day
it
where I
was.
could
Yeah,
feel
it
my
was that.
face?
Remember
That
that
was an exciting
Another
day.
instance of Ryan blowing the whole segment because he was completely oblivious to what we were doing.
Guys, I think I have a really big, good money-making idea.
Great.
Okay, so
You're a sales manager.
Ooh, a big, good money-making idea.
And you're really going to like this, Wiggins, because it's candy-related. So remember in Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, the gum, which was the 3-course meal, it started with the and then the entree and then the dessert, and she blew up as the blueberry. What if we did that with the bar idea? The candy that tastes like a bar starts off real happy,
Call it a candy bar.
Yeah, singing karaoke, and then as it goes progressive, later on in the night, and then it tastes like instant regret. Instant regret.
That's what
And a
we tasted
terrible
in that
morning
ice cream
hangover.
today. That's funny.
And then you're hungry for a pizza bowl.
I'm okay with this ice cream. Let's do it. Let's find it.
Okay.
Who's making it? Oh, Natty. No, not Natty Lake.
Miller.
Tipsy.
Miller High Life.
Miller High Life.
What was Tipsy Scoops?
And Tipsy Scoop. Yeah, good memory. Yeah. So
Tipsy Scoops sounds like a friend I used to have.
Or a woman you saw at a club.
Yeah. I was gonna say. Hey, isn't that Tipsy Scoops?
Yeah, this
I haven't
really
seen her
nervous.
in years.
It's really nervous. Uncharacteristically
I know where this-
uncomfortable minute.
I know where this is
He
going.
like physically pulled back from like, oh, it's not a stripper. I don't know anybody named
Yeah, how do I say this and keep it anti-fry clean?
I've never ever been to or will be to a club of that.
I haven't either. to be
No,
honest with
but
you.
I would almost be interested to go to watch you be at a strip
You know
club.
what I did? I dropped a lot of people off and picked a lot of people up on Uber from those
I'm
types
sure.
of establishments.
Yeah.
And one of them may have been named Tipsy
Tipsy
Scoops.
Scoops.
We may have become friends. Very good friends.
2 scoops.
YouTube poll time.
We had a restaurant in my hometown called the Strip Club. It was a steak restaurant. And seriously, so I'd love to tell people, you want to go to this? I went to the strip club with my mom last night. Had a fantastic time. She loves when I take her to the strip club.
2 scoops.
Rest in peace, strip club, St. Paul, Minnesota.
New York strip club.
They shut down because of COVID.
All right, YouTube poll question for today: which member would be the most fun to take a road trip with?
I'm voting for Tipsy Scoops.
Yeah, screw the whole
Yeah, Tipsy Scoops for the win.
Especially for the toll booths, right? A lot of singles.
Man, this
Always
week's
paying for the
show,
toll.
Patrick Leahy, Tipsy Scoops, and who is the other person that we brought into this conversation out of nowhere? Just very interesting, random attacks.
It was the baseball player.
Greg Gutfeld.
No.
No?
What do we got?
Gutfeld?
Get us the results.
All right, here we go.
Oh, it was Jim Edmonds. That's what it was.
Crap, I regret
Greg
bringing it up.
Gutfeld? Yeah, no, Jim Edmonds.
Same thing.
All right,
Too
this show
confused.
member would be the most fun to take a road trip with. Ryan Wiggins with 43%.
I protest.
Wow.
Annie
I do too. I
Frey
didn't get over 50.
with 27%. Myself with 21%. And Brad with
Brad,
9%.
you didn't sell yourself.
I didn't get over 10.
There's still time, people. Go
I'm
vote.
going back to Brad.
Go
Sorry,
vote.
Annie.
Go vote for Brad. That's fine.
No, I'll go on a road
You
trip by
didn't-
myself.
you
I don't need to
didn't-
go on a road trip with
You
anybody.
didn't sell yourself as somebody as a companion. You sold yourself as a chauffeur.
Yes,
Uh-huh.
you did.
And I said the poll is the most fun. You're
Yeah, I
like,
know.
you can sit in the back and be quiet.
Yeah, that was
I'll
the
get-
opposite.
I'll get you there.
I told you at the beginning, I was like, oh, that says fun.
Yeah, he literally did.
Not
He's
gonna be
like,
fun.
I thought I'd be the best to go with, not the most fun.
You'd be the best to go with if your car was just about on its last leg.
Here's the thing. I would be the best one to drive and get you all there while y'all had fun in the back.
Oh, no. You make it fun every day, Brad. Thank you for being with us. Subscribe to the podcast. Mark Reardon Show's next.
We've been here 30 years, 30 Christmases in this house, and we have the traditions that most families have.
That's Terry talking about her experience